Like that, we're back from coaches to casuals, grassroots to the league. This is Open Gym. I'm Coach Q.
I'm Coach Way Too Nice, Coach Wayne, who I be, baby.
With special guests, we have Brian here. Again, I like to say that usually when we have guests, it's no need for any introduction. And you another person that is pivotal to the Charlotte scene, current and past. You're bringing a bunch of amazing things to the city, and you've done amazing things in the city. But again, I would love for you to kind of start off, give our audience a small bit of some things that you have done, who you are, and what you do.
Okay. Most of the kids call me Coach Mac, but then Brian Mac. Most people know me as BJ Mac's dad. You know.
You know how that goes.
It is what it is. But, yeah, so I've been around grassroots basketball here in Charlotte my whole life. I mean, I've decades of it, back from when it was only 2 teams, AAU teams in the whole area, up to now where it's God knows how many. So I've seen the spectrum of it, and I've been around. Yeah. But just want to be, trying to do some things to help move the city forward.
Yes, sir. So last week we started off with a fun one. I think this week it makes sense to start off with another really good one. Top fives. When we say top fives, a lot of times it's a sports show, so we think like top 5. Who's your top 5 when it comes down to your GOAT list?
My GOAT list? Oh.
But we ain't getting there. We ain't getting it. If you want to give it to us, that's cool. But from my understanding, you're a barber.
So
and so you've been cutting hair for a while, right. And I want to go. Listen, this is perfect. Yeah. All 3 of us, we part of the bald hair game. Like we all but
we there now.
Yeah, we there.
But again, you still a barber. Top 5 haircuts throughout your lifetime. Talk to me.
Hardest or worst to do? What do you mean?
Let's see. Like just favorites. We'll go favorite.
The classic, I even all over the little boy haircut.
Not the little boy even all over.
It's great that you in and out, type of lights on the line on there, we in and out.
Okay.
We in and out. Tap, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. We got to be in and out the shop.
You already know it.
So if I go top 5 for you, like when it comes to your favorites that you like to act, that whether you had worn or you was like, I can't. Whether it's like the ball fade, it's the
all day long. Okay. The box fade, man. That was my era. That was the kid play. We used to walk around, put a book on top of these things, keep it flat on.
You remember the Ronald Reagan, the one that had the slant though?
Sure. All in Gumby, to the bag, all of it. So that was my era back then. So if I would say doing, as a barber, you want to be able to show your creativity.
Yeah.
So as much as you can to be able to, show your creativity within your work. Like I tell people all the time, there's no difference between me as a barber. Well, the only main difference, and it's in my favor, is all your major art sits somewhere waiting on people to come see it. My art walks around where people look at it.
That's fire.
That's dope.
You see what I'm saying? So my art is constantly in people's face, being judged, being seen, being critiqued.
Because if you got a bad haircut, but it's gonna show. That's the last thing you want to do, be in the school with the bad haircut coming in on Monday after Saturday thought you was gonna be fresh. Hairline pushed back. They salute you way back here.
Talking
bad about you.
So if I can give our audience a little bit of a background of your history in Charlotte as a hooper. I know you were speaking a little bit before the show. You was a part of that Garinger team that people talk about.
Let's clarify. I was supposed to be there, circumstances that I created.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But you was in the era.
That was me.
But you was in the era.
Circumstances that I created.
Okay.
But if you know Garinger at that time, I was a part of that culture. So the state championship team that was Garinger, still friends today with all of those guys. And that's the thing that I love about Charlotte basketball.
Yeah.
And, with the business that I own, the House of Hoops Barbershop, that was kind of one of the things that I wanted to focus in there. Like if you come in there, you'll see it's a homage to basketball.
To basketball, yeah.
The reason why, we'll get in, I'll tell people the story about why I did it with it, I wanted people to be able to see the history, of guys that if your dream is to be a professional basketball player, you got guys from right in your neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
That have lived that dream.
Yeah.
That have done that. So, it's nothing wrong with having LeBron or all of these guys as idols, but you got guys that are tangible, guys you can put your hands on.
Yeah. Go have a conversation with.
Like, I've got a guy that's in my barbershop. Right now, if I walk Chris Brown around and told people that in middle school he averaged 50 a game, you swear I was telling you a lie. But I've got the paperwork to prove it. The boy had 1,020 points in a season with 7-minute quarters, no 3-point line. Hooper.
Damn.
My dog
sound
what
like
you say. Pistol Pete.
Right? I'm about to say that Pistol Pete numbers right there. Yeah.
Season, you are a bona fide baller.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
No, I dig it. And so, and not to jump the gun too far, but my understanding is that you've also had a bit of your imprint on hoops as it comes down to like some of the grassroots in Charlotte. Talk to us about that.
Well, not only grassroots in Charlotte, fundamentally what grassroots basketball is today. Like what you see today, this tournament style, all of the IE made hoops, even to the extent of what EYBL, Adidas, everybody was done, comes off my brainchild. Back in 2010, I started something called the Southeastern Cup, which was basically a tournament series between North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and
Georgia,
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yes, sir. Okay.
To be able to, bring together the best teams to play.
Yeah.
And if you look at it now, it's similar there. Me and my business partners, the problem we ran into and the reason why we created it was I had a team that was AAU.
Okay.
He had a team that was USBA.
Okay.
The other guy had a team that was YBOA.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We were all 7th grade.
Gotcha.
So we will always meet up at these marketed tournaments. Very marketed, the flyers fancy, but we end up traveling 3 and 4, 5 hours beating people by 30, 40 points.
Yeah.
It's no good for me and my parents. My parents on the road. I could have stayed at home to do this. So we created this, and the difference in what we created and what modern day is, it was between the organizations.
Yeah.
So the concept was, if you're a high level team and you come to my town, the teams around are going to want to participate with me because they're going to want a chance to knock you off.
Of course.
When I come to your town,
same thing.
We reciprocate.
Yeah.
So we go around, and that money stayed with the organizations. So as we did that through 2012, I mean, we've got one of the most legendary high school games that ever be played. We all can go All-Stars versus DC Assault, the 6 overtime AAU game that was here. That was the first time. I mean, like what you see with streaming and all of that stuff, that started with the Southeastern Cup.
Okay.
We had a service called ihigh.com. And ihigh.com was delivered to every high school in America so that they could broadcast their high school events.
Gotcha.
Locally, schools, things like that they were doing. So we took that and incorporated it in youth basketball.
Okay.
We started to partner with, some of these made hoops and the others. And then the gorilla in the room got in the room.
You already know.
The big Nikes and all of that. We went to war about it. It's a whole story behind the narrative of it, but it's a lot of politics in AAU basketball now. And I've never been one, let me say this, I'll politic with the best of them.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Because ultimately the kid has to produce.
Yeah.
This is a great point. Great point. All right. You kind of just steamrolled through a lot just now, though. Like it's a lot to kind of unpack in what you just said.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take it just the circuit part first. So like early beginnings of made hoops, you was kind of a part of that as well.
Yes, we did the broadcast and everything. My son was the poster child for the first year of made hoops.
He's on one of
the
main flyers.
Make sure the audience understands and
BJ
knows.
was on one of the main posters for made hoops for their first year.
That's when he's with Team United, right?
The Team United team.
Yeah.
So now let me say this thing. Let me put this out there first. When I brung the kids that I brung to Team United, I brought him to a very good coach. I had never met him at the time.
Yeah.
Now, once I gave him these kids, he took those kids and he did work with them. So I want to first say,
do you want to shout him out?
Man, all his flowers. I'm gonna say his name.
Okay,
I want to give that man all his flowers at what he did.
Yeah.
Because through AAU basketball, I have a bad reputation. I have a bad reputation of, first off, I'm very hard on my son.
Okay.
I'll say it. I was the poster child for dysfunctional AAU dads. Which
listen. We're gonna walk our way to that too. Let me go ahead and put this in as a note really quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right.
So and the guys I'm mentioning is Coach Ed Cook.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. Ed's been on here.
Ed's been on it. Ed's my guy.
For sure.
So back then, I gave him that 2019. I gave him.
Oh, is that the one with Pat and them?
No, that was before Pat.
Oh, this is the first group.
It was the first group.
Okay.
I gave him BJ, Jawan, Khalil, JC.
Mikey's on that team.
Mikey was on that team. Eptamal.
Yep. Eptamal.
Is Mikey the kid that passed?
Yes. So it was a lot of kids, and Ed had some kids.
So remember Ed told you Pat played up.
He did.
So on the original team, it wasn't Pat, it was BJ.
And that was a lot of the riff with why we left.
Gotcha.
Because of the politics of Nike and dealing with it. So, once Ed got a hold of that team, because at that time, everybody was always all about BJ. It's all about BJ. No, it's not. I wanted to be the guy with what I was doing with the Southeastern Cup. I wanted to take that and run and let go of my son.
Yeah.
Because I knew where I was trying to take that, it was going to cause him enough problems.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, I wanted to be the guy to make sure that they were at the right tournaments in front of the right people. We had a sponsor that was sponsoring, making sure we were at the right places. Kids could get there. Whatever kids needed to be there, got them.
Was you doing this with Vince?
No.
Okay.
This was with Team United. This was the first 2019 team. And Cook took that team. Them boys fell in love with him as a coach.
Gotcha.
And he took them all the way up. And we were the first year that they did 15U.
Okay.
We were in the championship with that against Team Florida.
Okay.
And we actually lost to them on the court, but ended up winning because they had illegal players.
Gotcha.
So, that's how that thing got turned around.
They was bringing the ringers back then too.
Oh, man, the guys that they were bringing over were older, things. That's back when the reclassing thing first really started. And there really was no rules around it. So everybody was, bringing back guys way too old.
Yeah.
That's when the cliche double reclass and all.
Oh, man, that was the stories I can tell you about the hectic I took about reclassing BJ. But now it's a common thing.
All right. So, the more we talk, the more you just keep giving us amazing gems.
Before
we even get into like
I go way back in the
end.
You got all of them. All right.
So
got all of them, bro.
So I guess talk to. So BJ, his high school years would have been around what time?
He was in 2019. He played.
All right. So he had been 2015 through 19, pretty much.
So let me take you back. I reclassed BJ in the 7th grade.
Okay.
And took him and put him in Holy Trinity.
So what middle school was he at before that?
He was at Joseph W. Greer.
Okay.
Right. Gotcha. And this was right when they did the No Child Left Behind stuff and all of that.
Gotcha.
And I was not about to get him caught up in that. So we took him, put him in Holy Trinity, paired him up with JC.
So this was an academic move.
Yes.
In a sense.
Academic move.
Gotcha.
Totally
academic. Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So once we got him there, like when we got to Holy Trinity, they told us there's some things that he learned in public school we have to reteach him. That's just a difference in how the systems work.
Yeah, the structure.
You see what I'm saying? The structure of everything. Yeah. So, he got there in middle school at Holy Trinity. BJ and them lost one game in 2 years. And that game was because him and JC didn't play. And they lost by one. So his 9th grade year, he went to Charlotte Catholic. They went 31-1, won the state championship.
This when they were still private, or they had just
they were playing in 480.
They were playing 480. Okay.
North Meg and everybody in that league. That's when North Meg first started their runs.
Yeah, I got you.
It was BJ was the only freshman, and all seniors on that team.
Yeah, got you.
He took them to the state championship. The following year, I moved him from Catholic into Charlotte Christian to get him to be eligible to play on that level of Geico.
Okay.
Playing on it because people don't know. BJ committed to an ACC school the summer between his 9th and 10th grade.
Okay.
I committed him to Virginia Tech. And let me say, I did that.
Okay.
I committed him to Virginia Tech. And we'll get to that too.
Look, you giving me a lot of like the trail to a bunch of questions that I had.
Between his 9th and 10th grade year.
Okay.
So when he went to Charlotte Christian, it was to get him on a bigger platform. That was the year that Greensboro Day was like number 3 or 4 in the country. Providence Day was like number 3 and 4. Devon Dodson, Trey Words, all those
Grant
guys
Williams
were there. You know, BJ walked through that conference. BJ walked through that conference. If you look at, and this is a lot of things people gonna say that Mac capping, but check YouTube and check back. That year, Zion and BJ were supposed to match up.
Zion
Williamson. On film right now on YouTube, you'll look up Zion Williams destroys Steph Curry's school. Mm-hmm. If you look at the film, they're going to show all Zion's highlights. BJ had 34 and Zion them lost. But if you look on my page, you'll see the same footage showing. No, the same company did it. Okay, mixtapes.
Okay,
they were popular back then. So you will see that version is the version that they blast.
Of course.
But then when I put the other version out, it looks wrong. So it's always been that. You know what I'm saying? You know, after that, I moved him to Oak Hill.
Okay. So that was his junior year.
That was his going into his junior year. Okay. And
hey, Pops, can I slow you down really quickly? All right. So title of that episode, parts of, again, not to even spoil it, he is putting together the best tournament that's come into the city this year. When we talk about high school, when you want to say, like, you want heavy hitters matching up, Ambassador, Davidson Day, and versus Oak Hill, separate nights. Like, what more do you want to see when it comes down to? Like, what more do you want to see from talent in the city playing against, well, some talent that transferred out the city, but also talent outside the city? But before we get there, you raised a pro. You're talking about your son, BJ Mack. Just seeing him out in South Carolina, but before then he went Wofford, I want to say. Wofford. Was he anywhere before then?
University of South Florida.
All right, South Florida. But before then, he was a little kid. Whether it was in your driveway, it was a little Tyco hoop inside the crib. You raised a pro. A lot of our audience is either kids that's looking to be pro. It's parents that are trying to guide their kids through like the whole rink, in which it sounds like you had a plan. It seems clear that you kind of had a plan and you wanted to steer them into specific spaces.
I'll tell people that all the time. Don't do what I did, because me and my son have a very, very unique relationship. Like, I've seen some go-at parents that it just doesn't turn out. People will see me yell and scream at BJ, but 5 minutes later they see us falling and laughing over each other. Yeah. So, you know, there's the difference between it. You know, I say by the grace of God, he's blessed us with that. So it may not work for you, but I'll tell every parent, have a plan that is consistent for your household. You sit down as a family and y'all devise that plan, because everybody's a used car salesman. Yeah. They're going to tell you whatever they got to tell you to try to get your baby. Oh, yeah. So you want to make sure that in the end, if he makes it, we made it doing it our way. If he doesn't, he can walk away and say, you know what?
That's right.
I did it our way. Yeah. I didn't lose because so-and-so didn't follow through. So-and-so didn't do it. I can look to my God and be like, it just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't in the plans. It wasn't in the plan. This was the plan. Me and my family went down and we laid it, whether it was right or wrong or indifferent. It was what we did.
Right now, you speaking like, well, you preach to the choir. Like, so really, and a lot of our parents and a lot of our viewers can really get along with that statement, because like what we see right now, there are a lot of different moves that are being made. And where from the outside looking in, someone may be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? It's very indicative that they're showing that they had a plan, and they're having their plan work through their particular household. The members of that household, how they're discussing these moves, and they're doing things that they feel like is best for them, even though it may not be the most popular or the choice that the outside, viewers feel like they should be making though. But it's pivotal that you're saying that everybody needs to kind of do what's best for you. In a situation that you may have to move, you shouldn't move, or whatever it may be. Be able to make that decision, and like you say, with the good or the bad, the success or the non-success, to understand and say, yo, we did it our way. Yeah. And not feel bad about doing it. A lot of people want to make people feel bad about certain decisions, but when a decision is made, they gotta live with it regardless. And if you can live with the fact that you did it your way, in the sense that the family decided that or whatever it may be, man, kudos to you. It is what it is.
Like I've told BJ, I said there were a couple of things that I promise you.
Yeah.
First off, I'm gonna make mistakes because I don't. This is the first time we never did this.
Yeah.
Number two, I promise you I won't make the same mistake twice.
Pivotal.
And number three, I will never take money for your basketball. Because right then it takes your joy away.
Exactly.
Now, that was before NIL and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
It was still under-table deals going on.
But it was a lot of under-table deals. I'll never do that, because at that point it robs you of the love of the game. Because now I gotta do this.
Now it became a business.
Yeah, it became a business. And you're not really benefiting off the business.
Exactly. No, that's big.
So I would encourage a parent to sit down with the whole, who's ever going to be involved, and let's come out with a plan on how we going to go, because the worst thing of a father is sit down and look your child in the face and say, we didn't make it because I listened to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I let you follow somebody else's vision for us.
Yeah.
No, I can't sleep at night with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we took it our way and it just wasn't in the cards, then I can lay down and talk to my God and be like, hey, this is what I thought was right. It didn't work out. What you got next on the table for me?
Yes, sir.
All right. It could take us a couple ways. I think I'm gonna save the basketball dad part to a little bit later.
Yeah.
But we were speaking about a plan for your kid, a plan that parents need to make sure that they devise, which goes to a lot of, when we speak about the high school portal, there's been a lot of news that's made it out of North Carolina this past maybe like 3 weeks, all the way up to maybe like a month. In which, if Jonny, if shout out to our engineer, Jonny, if you could pull up this the meme for the audience. This is top 6 North Carolina hoop transfers, kids that have, and parents that have decided that it was best for their parents, best for their family to make the decision to go out of the state. Jonny, if you want to hit a couple of them. That's Knight. He went to La Lumiere. Keep going, John. Cole, he went to IMG. LJ, Oak Hill. We're gonna come right back to this. Cole, LJ went to Oak Hill. Taurus, one of our Chambers guys, he went to Spire.
Yep.
And Marcus, another one of our Chambers guys, he went to Brewster.
Okay.
And CJ, he was number 1 or 2 within the 2027 class.
Number 4 now, yeah.
Yeah. He transferred out to Southeastern Prep, Florida.
Which is in Florida, yeah.
Yeah. So looking at that, saying all that, we have a guy on the couch. Well, it's not even a couch, in the chair, in which you made the decision. Shout out to LJ Smith. He is top 10 in this class right now. A lot of us, we've seen him since he was 3rd, 4th grade over at First Baptist, playing open runs with the little ones, QJ and Zion. And what he has become now as like a prospect is amazing to watch and see. He was over at Lincolnton for the past 2 years, put up crazy numbers. I think it was like 32 a game. Had a run with CP3, then he went to Team Thad, in which he's continued to kind of still do a lot of the same things, which has led him to scholarships from all your favorite Blue Bloods. And this year, he's made the decision to go out to Oak Hill, take his talents to Oak Hill, and like I'm sure with his family, that was a heavy decision. So, Brian, throwing it to you. So you and your family, your son, y'all did make that decision. I kind of cut you off right when you started speaking about Oak Hill. Y'all made the decision to take him out to Oak Hill. Talk us through that.
Well, after BJ's junior year, where they played on a big platform, like I say, he had monster games against all of the major heavy hitters in the state. So at that time, and I don't want this statement to get twisted wrong or nobody to get mad because I'm throwing no shadow on any players. BJ was making a lot of his competition better, but there was nobody to challenge him.
Gotcha.
The guys that were on the national stage, Pat was at that time, the Wendell Moores and guys like that, they never had to guard BJ because BJ was a big. But because BJ was the best player on his team, he would always have to take and guard them.
And he'll be the comparative.
And he'll be getting prepared, you know what I'm saying, where it's, I've got to play your game instead of playing his. So at that time, we as a family, decided to look at everything and see what was the best opportunity for him. And through some family connections, BJ got a chance to go work out up there. They invited him up to work out, and amazingly, he did what he does well. He shot the lights out the ball. You know, as a big, BJ has got a terrific 3-point shot, and I credit that to one of our family friends and his very best friend, JC Tharrington. JC's, people say Steph is, now I'll say this, and like we said, I'm a barber. Steph Curry is probably the greatest shooter in America. But if you look at what he did when he was in Mecklenburg County, he was nothing compared to JC Tharrington. Steph's records over at high school, JC shattered his junior year. So that his lineage is, you know, just
no disrespect
legendary.
To Steph.
No disrespect to Steph.
We're from the city too, bro. So
that
you know
boy
this.
Shoots the lights.
Listen, sometimes stats is the stats. When you line up stats, sometimes people get mad
it's his lineage. If you know anything, and like I said, I'm a historian of basketball, and I contributed all to my son being able to have these kind of people in his life, like the acronym BEEF. JC's grandfather is the one that coined that phrase. So his mother, all-time Nicole Tharrington, one of the all-time leading 3-point shooters at NC State. So this boy woke up shooting basketball.
Facts.
So with BJ being around him, Trey Works, some of the best shooters around, you know, working out with Randall and all of these guys, but BJ was the big guy. But he would have the drills, he would accelerate, he would have to do the same drills that all of those guys were doing. So naturally, when you're doing that, it picks up and takes off in that skill growth.
Adds to your game.
Right. So, you know, at that time, there was nobody that was really pushing and challenging him. He went to Oak Hill, had a great showing, you know, amongst a lot of national guys that were there. But we went in the back, and this was one of the best conversations. And this conversation is what made me love Coach Smith so much. He walked me in there. We were the last ones to go in. And me being a basketball guy and being around this, I was like, hold up now. If they don't want you, they ain't going to keep you here the last one to tell you. You're going to be one of the first ones to get out. Now, BJ, I done seen a whole lot of dudes that in my eyes is a whole lot better than you walk out this door looking sad. So let's see what's going on here. We go in there, Coach Smith sits it down, and he has the best conversation as a parent that I've ever had with a coach. He tells me, Mr. Mack, BJ may not play a lot for me this year, if at all. He said, but I've got 5 All-Americans up here. The practices that he will have will be better than any game he can play in the state of North Carolina. And I turned and I looked down that roster and I seen 5 McDonald's All-Americans. I told BJ, I'll see you. Signed him up right there. Because my thing was about he has to be.
And what was that, his junior year?
That was going into his junior year. You had Keldon Johnson, Keontae, Dave McCormick, Will Richardson, all those guys up there. Now, proud of my son. By the end of the year, Coach tell you, BJ was playing significant minutes for him.
For sure.
Because he told me what he liked about BJ was he had a big body, so he could bang with guys, but he could shoot the ball. The way basketball was going, he needed somebody that would challenge Dave every day in practice to make him get out.
Yeah.
So it was about a development.
For sure.
So his next year going back, his senior year, that's when they had Cole and Cam Thomas. BJ was one of the featured guys.
Yeah.
BJ almost broke his ankle the second game of the year. He was out until Geico.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing him that game they played Combine.
Right. He was here because that was the game he was supposed to commit.
So that was Rob.
I remember that game. Yeah, I remember the game.
Hood Shafino game.
He was here. We were supposed now the game when he committed, Oak Hill came here and played at Rocky River.
Yeah.
Because he committed to South Florida.
Yeah, okay.
And he was on crutch. He was supposed to be on crutches, but coach was like, we're going
to. Is that when they played West Charlotte?
No, they played West Charlotte in the All-Star game.
An All-Star game.
Okay.
That was at John C. Smith.
Yeah, John C. Smith.
Okay. That was Cartier and Pat.
Yeah. And BJ played in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's, you know, being around and being in there, you know, he had his opportunities. He was there just, you know, that year, him knowing Coach Smith's system, being there. Because, like, for me, that was a pivotal year for BJ because as I said, he committed in between the summer of his 9th and 10th grade year. So he was off the board.
Yeah. So, you know, he stopped. Now they're going to start
going into his senior year, the summer of his senior year. He decommitted back up from Virginia Tech because Buzz Williams left.
Oh, yeah. That's when he went to
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. There you go. Yeah.
So, you know, that's a whole nother story. Yeah. But BJ had to open back up.
Yeah.
He had a marvelous summer.
Yeah.
That summer.
Who was he playing with?
CP3.
Okay.
So we had left Team United due to various problems and went to CP3. Politics of the game. Politics of the game. But we went to CP3, and that was the first. People don't know. BJ was a pivotal part because the first year before that, CP3 didn't even make Peach Jam. So coming in the 16s, BJ left Team United. When Dale came back down, they combined in.
Well,
the Twins were there.
Wendell Carter was there, right?
No. We were the 2019.
That
was with the Twins.
Okay, the
Langley brothers.
Yeah, I got you.
And then one other guy came with BJ from Memphis.
Got you.
That was my guy. So he came up, and DeRico and all of us came together. That was that kid. We were the first team. The first championship CP3 got was a 16U championship.
Yeah,
that was with BJ.
Okay.
So
yeah.
People don't know, man. And it's like when I tell people the politics of the game, I could say some numbers right now, and people will look at it and be like, he's an automatic McDonald's All-American.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me a kid that in 3 years of Nike basketball, averaged 13.7 rebounds, went to 2 EYBL championships, 1 game away from a third. Tell me, is he the 56th ranked center? Is he not in the top 100 players? That's what and I'm talking about Vernon Carey, Bossov, all of the guys. I'm a guy. Fact check me. Go pull it up. BJ averaged over 13 points. Wendell Moore was the leading scorer on that team.
Yeah.
BJ was the second leading scorer. Wendell out rebounded him by 1. So you're talking about a pivot, and they run nothing. You ask John, you run nothing for BJ because they had Wendell the Twins.
Yeah.
So Pops, I guess let me ask you this: what do you think hurt him inside those rankings? Then,
Me.
Okay. All right. So I guess maybe we can give a quick pivot to pivot into this space right here. We'll slow walk it. I'm gonna throw this to Wayne first. So. We all basketball dads here. You're a few steps above us, but we got high school kids.
Yeah.
And
I imagine when did BJ start? He started like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade.
BJ won his first national championship at 12. That was a YBOA in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
USBA in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
So he's been around it a while too. Same with our sons. So I'll ask Wayne, then we can kind of go down the line. What has being a basketball dad taught you as a parent and as a man?
I mean, it teaches you a lot, man. It teaches you a lot of patience. I mean, what you learn more than anything else, it's an opportunity that you actually gain to spend more time with your son and build with your son that you may have never thought you would have had if you wouldn't have entered into that space. You know, that space brings a lot of you know, good days, but also bad days. You know what I mean? The days where you have to be the hard coach / dad and literally tear into them. You know what I mean? And you really letting them know that, hey, you're not living up to what you've been doing. And you may not say it in such a calm demeanor or humble demeanor though, but you know,
sometimes we all gotta like just take a shower and reflect. Like, all right, I could have came a different way.
Yeah, but for the most part, it does. I mean, it teaches you a lot as a man as far as how to learn how to communicate when you're not in your best headspace. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to balance. I just lost a tough game as a coach, and I want to be Oh,
you got a different one because you coach, dad. And okay.
So you know what I'm saying. So from a perspective of, I just coached a hard game. We just lost, and I want to get on mine as a coach and a dad because maybe he didn't live up to what we worked on, everything like that, or your mindset wasn't in it leading up to the game, and it showed. So you have a balancing act that you have, and you learn to be better with it as the years and the days and the months and the hours go by. Because, like you say, like, you know, your mindset is not to want to make the same mistake twice. You know, that's why, you know, we talked about before in the early stages of, I implemented that 24-hour rule. So where, you know, after a game, I wouldn't say anything negative to my son. I kept everything positive. Yeah, I'm gonna teach his own though.
Yeah,
but like you say,
what works for your household.
Works for your household, works for your household. So my household consisted of, you know, not having a fluffer because it's me as a single dad. So you don't get to go home and catch the fluff from maybe the other parent or another sibling or nothing like that. Nah, you getting all this. You gotta take it. You gotta take it in your room. Like, I can imagine there were nights he probably in there like, man, I can't stand
I
it.
know it was nice to BJ.
I go in the choke.
Nice that he called me everything but a child.
I already know it is, you know. And as he's gotten older, but now I've grown and matured, we can have those conversations. He's like, yeah, Dad, I remember we was 10, we was in Tennessee, man. I wanted to punch in your face. And looking back at it, I can see why you felt that way. Because I was being an asshole, not realizing or learning how to understand the balance between being a dad and a coach. You know, so as you grow, you learn how to balance that, but it gives you also balance in other aspects of your life as well. So when you get to challenging moments that really, you know, and you're dealing with something in a passionate moment, you're able to really hone in and humble yourself to be able to communicate in a very effective way. Yeah. But I mean, that looking back at the timeline, man, I can, like I said, I can imagine where if he had a voice that I could hear, meaning like him in his room and he under the pillow, like, man, I can imagine what he was saying some of them nights.
I'm gonna tell you, it for me, it's a platform to teach life lessons. For sure. For a dad, that's what I plan. Is the easiest way I think for a child to learn things is through things that they enjoy. Yeah. So if my child is passionate through basketball, I want to try to use that to push the message through life. It's only the message. You see what I'm saying? Like, discipline is something that goes through every aspect of your life. If you're not disciplined in basketball, how are you going to be disciplined to go do this? If you're not on time for basketball, something you love to do, how are you going to be on time for this? If you're not dedicated to the thing that you say you love, you see what I'm saying? How are you going to be dedicated to anything else?
To a job you don't like to go to.
Right. you know, so class you don't want to go to. Yeah. So, the 8 a.m. Right. We know what it is.
It's trying to use it as, you know, a vehicle to be able to give them as much expertise or much insight or forehand where you can. Yeah. And like people tell you, you got a 24-hour rule. It might have been 24 seconds with me. Coaching, parent.
So let me ask you this. Did you coach BJ as a head coach?
Up till it got to be where he got to be recruitable.
So you talking about what part?
Seventh grade.
6th, 7th grade. Yeah.
So that's when I turned him over to Ed. It was like, well, we talked with Sid and them, and that's when we had the team with the Charlotte Rivals and all of them.
Okay, I was doing
the Southeastern Cup and thing there. So at that time, it was like, let me bring these group of kids. I've got this platform called the Southeastern Cup.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to make sure they're where they're supposed to be playing against who they're supposed to be playing against. So you take them. That'll be the resurgence of Team United here in Charlotte. Because at the time, it was the North Carolina Gators.
Yeah,
they were the younger team coming up under Coach Kiefer.
I know you're talking about.
He had those, and Coach Wendell Moore. Wendell was playing with them there, and they came up, and then they went to CP3.
Gotcha.
As an older group. So then it was like us to come through the rivals, to come to them. We naturally being in Charlotte gravitated towards Team United with Coach Sid and them, and they had Ed as a new coach coming in that he wanted to partner with all of these kids. So like I said, me and JC's father were just about making sure that they were at the right places.
So did he ever play for Renard or anything like that?
BJ's played for so many people this time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It is because Charlotte basketball was at the explosion of it. I mean,
oh no, like he was in the era really because I kind of seen it as I was kind of leaving out of Charlotte, going to college. Like I was in that era of, we talk about maybe 2 or 3 real AAU teams. Yeah. You talking about, like I say, the Sonics. It's like you talking about Sonics and Royal, you know, and Anthony Morrow's on here. He's a little bit younger than me, but I was there during the transition of the Sonics to the Nets.
Okay.
And I was also there for, you know, as the Royals got that Nike deal. I was there when, you know, Ligon kind of really built the Aces into a powerhouse.
The Royals got a Nike deal too?
Like back in the day, the Royals had like the first little flagship Nike deal in a sense, you know what I mean? So they had the dope 3, 4, 5 uniforms, you know what I mean? Like they had the long white ones, the blue ones, the orange ones. You know what I mean?
Where I think the Royals was leaving when we were starting up.
Okay,
the boys, right?
I got you. Yeah. Well, I mean, like they're still around now, but they're just more like, you know, regional, local. A few guys that are still tied to like the originals are still keeping some teams alive. Same thing was for the Nets for a while, but you know, when Kerry kind of retired with it, the younger group of it kind of disappeared. Right. You know, I think Anthony had the Charlotte Nets 17 youth for a few years, but then he kind of then he did his own little thing. Yeah. But I mean, even so, that was kind of like a time to kind of really try to save some nostalgia of Charlotte with the Nets, though. But
and I guess that. This is what I've seen, because they're even trying to bring back the Stars a little bit.
Well, and
I've seen like 1 or 2 things where
they've been around for years at a lower level, because actually BJ actually started with the Stars.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that was with Coach Hodge and all of those, they had the Stars and Malcolm and them. So the Stars have still been around, and some of the older guys are keeping it going. But, you know, due to politics and all of the extra stuff they got in the AAU, because when AAU itself went through the big scam of everything.
Could you speak to that really quickly?
Well, there was a guy that was involved with some sex club with like messing with minors or something like that. And
it was some other type of stuff. So like,
I missed this. Okay,
this was years and years back. So that's when kind of at that early age, AAU was the sanctioning body.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you had
we caught the back end of the queue.
Yeah.
So we caught the back end of real AAU, and then it just kind of has like now just kind of dissipated.
Yeah, it seems like AAU.
We talking when we say AAU, we're talking about the Amateur Athletic Union. Right. We're not just saying the conglomerate of AAU. We're talking about the actual organization.
Yeah, people typically think of travel ball as AAU,
you know,
in modern times.
Yeah, but taking the AAU school to what we used to call.
Listen, our sons got driver's license. What is it? IDs.
Got AAU ID.
Yeah, because you used to have an AAU. You used to have an ID just to be able to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. And that's the whole thing. That's kind of when the reclassing and all of this came in. That's when a lot of that got screwed, and you know, like USBA money situations, it just changed the whole aspect of basically grassroots.
Because that's how teammate started out. Someone that got mad at USBA and then started teammate.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
it makes sense. Like I said, when we came on, you could see like it was almost kind of like the ending of like the old guard, because USBA was still a big thing. The blue chips on LeBron and them, they used to come down.
That's the reason why Charlotte hasn't had a major AAU tournament since. That actual tournament, because the USBA, because due to politics, some things didn't go right, and USBA right behind that got caught up in a lot of financial stuff down in Myrtle Beach and other places. So ever since then, that kind of soured a lot of cities,
and that's why it's Rock Hill
Rock Hill did that as a regional development.
Yeah. So you think about Myrtle Beach only really does NTBA and big shots.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So those are the only two really touching Myrtle Beach. If you notice, Rock Hill is more so Phenom, big shops, and then they have Adidas that comes in. But really, Rock Hill, people don't realize Rock Hill is actually a big volleyball center.
Right.
Play a lot of volleyball.
Rock Hill is actually, for me, if you look at the ESPN3 network, it's really their home because they do pickleball.
Pickleball,
yeah. So it's a cultural. What's the basketball?
The little thing that you cornhole.
They got the cornhole thing. So it's more of a development thing. And see, like I said here, and that leads into with the Steve Smith Classic, what we're going to talk about. Charlotte is now positioned, and that's why I've partnered with the city, the Regional Visitors Authority, to help bring this here. We want to long-term make this on the level of a Geico. Make this on the level of a City of Palms. Because you have too much talent.
Well, kind of in a sense, not to cut you off, it seems like the idea is to kind of bring back the whole Dale Curry thing that was going on. Because I played the first two. I played in the first one, which is more so local. Then the next year became national. That's when the whole, region met Raymond Felton. You know what I mean? It's back in 02. Like I told you, Ray Felton came and knocked off of Mount Zion. Came and knocked off. Yeah, exactly. So talking about
it moved out. So I mean, that's what we're doing here. I mean, that's on the basis of things like that is how this whole thing came about, because the Jordan brand Classic Invitational that was here. Well, they were in talks with Oak Hill about bringing in a high school division. So when that changed and Jordan no longer did the Invitational, they still were in talks with the city about doing something.
Yeah.
So with my relationship with Coach Smith and the ties that I have to the city of Charlotte and with the Classic, so we all came up with this to really do it and let it be the kickoff to it. Because with this year, they have the new EYBL high school league.
Scholastics.
So with Coach Smith being involved with Oak Hill, being in a lot of the major teams, my vision that when I talked to Coach Smith and talked with the city was to sell Charlotte as the one-stop shop. I've been around AAU. I've been around Adidas, Under Armour. I've been around grassroots. If you've done it, we've done it. I got pictures in my phone from where we were in Vegas and they had plywood backboards because it was 75 courts and you ran out of courts. There were no place to ship courts. So, talking with them about bringing this all back together. And bringing it in to, Charlotte is a spot where if you look at, let's say Atlanta, Nike goes to Atlanta. You go out to Lakeview.
Go to Lakeview.
Every year, somebody misses a game for traffic. One accident happens, 3 or 4 teams are disqualified because now the schedule. There is no other place, and you tell me a place on Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, or Nike schedule where I can fly into town, get on my bus, go to the hotel, and never have to step foot in my vehicle again until I'm ready to leave.
You hit the light rail.
Well, you can come in Center City, Charlotte.
Yeah.
You come in Center City, Charlotte. We do everything at the convention center. This is the vision. We do everything at the convention center, Spectrum Center, Bojangles, various places in around to play the lower levels. All of these kids can dine in downtown. You live in downtown. They shop with the local businesses down there. Everything is to the city.
You bring an influx of money into the city.
It's generating revenue. So
you basically bring a CIAA without all the parties.
Right. And now you bring that influence here. And
but it's a bunch of basketball parents. They like that. They like the party, Johnny.
Well, I've been trying to do this for 20 years now.
Yeah.
But the politics of AAU basketball won't work because everybody wants to control it. Everybody wants their thing to be out.
Yeah.
My thing is with all of the AAU you had, when Team Charlotte was strong, when Team United was strong, when you've got CP3 and them here, all of these teams that were in and around North Carolina, if we did one major tournament,
facts,
everybody could eat.
Like everybody can eat.
But the problem is, everybody had this pool or that pool, or I got to get this, or I got to have that. So now that, when my son was in it, I could see where they're at. My son's off. My son's being a pro now. He's done.
So now you unbiased. And
I'm unbiased. I'm really for the city.
Yeah.
because my history, basketball to me, saved my life.
Yeah.
Got you.
You know, through basketball, I've been a lot of places.
For a lot of us saved our life.
It's allowed me to meet, I don't know how many people. You know what I'm saying? And took me all over this world. So to be able to bring that back to my home.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people all the time, I want to be the old dude in the barbershop that seen the kid that was right around the neighborhood walk across that stage.
Yeah.
And I sit there. I remember I used to cut that boy.
I
want to be that old guy.
I gave him the gun.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy that, you know, 20 years now when he come back to the bar because he's bringing his kid in. Yeah. Coach Mac, man, you know, and all I say is, man, I'm old. When you come, get Coach some tickets. That's all I need.
Yes, I want.
And stop by the side of the barbershop. That's all I want.
Yeah,
hey, Coach, so I guess right now is probably the perfect time for us to drop into, you spoke about it, you spoke kind of around it. You have everything that you're saying. You have that coming to the city this fall. Yeah. What is the name? What is the dates? Who gonna be there? Talk to us.
All right, it's the first annual Steve Smith Classic.
Yes, sir.
Coach Smith is legendary here. Oak Hill. I mean, he's produced over 35 NBA players.
Easy.
Now, this tournament is to honor Coach Smith and his history, but it's also to honor the legendary players from Charlotte that have played at Oak Hill.
Yeah.
You have the Sedarius Thornwells, Jason Parkers, Junior Burroughs, the Justin Grays.
You got Antoine
Caleb,
Robinson. You got Touche. You got KC Rivers.
McGinnis.
Yeah.
You know, like we were just up there Wednesday. Me and BJ went up and they've got a new mural on the wall. And Jeff's up there. So, you know, of all the NBA guys that have come through there. So, you know, we're talking with Coach Smith. And, you know, due to our relationship, he was like, Mac, you know, I asked him, I said, well, Coach, what is the one city that you got the most guys from? And his thing was, if you look at it more, all that DC, Baltimore, Maryland area, over the years, maybe the most, but no one city other than Charlotte.
Yeah.
I got the most kids.
Yeah, because that's DMV.
That's a whole 3 states.
And
the capital. Yeah,
they be out there in a little.
You know, our thing was to honor those guys, you know, that. And I say that all goes back to the barbershop and all I've been. I want our guys to be able to see that they have guys right here that have played. Everybody hears the name Oak Hill.
Hey, you know what was so funny? I want to say 2 years ago, Oak Hill literally had a starting 5 or about 4 or 5 guys. I think it was Caleb Foster, Jordan Marsh, Gregory from North Mac, and like somebody it's like about 4 or 5 of them. They were all from the literally the 704 area.
Oh no, they keep it a 704.
And I was like, yo, that was dope. How they just had like a literally CP3AU team basically went up there.
With speaking with Coach Smith, it's always been he's never wanted. Coach Smith loves public schools.
Okay,
he loves them, and he never wanted to come in and take a kid out of a school that would kill a school.
Gotcha.
You know, people got to understand.
Hey, Mac, let me ask you. So, did he say why he loves public school?
Because of what they do. You know, they've got kids that are there. Like, you know, he would go play public school. Because
he's one of the only ones that actually
does
open himself up to actually maybe possibly losing to a public school.
Like, he does.
You know, because he wanted to test his guys. But, you know, his thing was it was more about the individual player.
Yeah.
If there was an individual player that needed a bigger platform, then Oak Hill was that for him. But if it was a kid that he might not need it, he might not do it. But if he took him from there, it might wreck that school or wreck that program.
Yeah.
Coach wouldn't want to do that because he knows that.
I know a few players that happened to. They had great workouts, but now that you say that, it makes sense that he probably didn't pull that player because it would have took him.
Didn't need it, and
it was a mutual thing. That kid was not going to maybe gain as much from that move as possibly staying where they were and being the figurehead of that program.
Right.
Because
you know here you may dwindle back. You know, like I said, the hill is not for everybody.
Yeah,
the hill is not for
everybody.
You
ain't got no signal up there. It's nothing up there.
Even
it's sitting on top of a mountain, literally
in the middle of nowhere. Now it is, and
real.
But for what like I tell people, I sent BJ up there because if this is your dream, you need to be amongst the best of the best. And this is where the best of the best.
You say coyotes run with coyotes.
Yes, sir.
Wolves. I've never, and I'll tell people, I politic with the best of them. I'll go to war about mine, but put him on the floor.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I want to see what I got.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we ain't there, we can go back to the lab.
Yeah,
we'll be right back. But I'm not.
I just need to see what it look like, and then we can see what we need to figure out. Yeah,
until I put him.
Oh no, that's
facts. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like if a lot of parents took that stance, this actual travel basketball AAU wouldn't be as damaged as it is.
Well, that's the reason why when I did back in the day when we did the cup, we did the division 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
on the exact premise of. You got some small coaches, small towns who's got one guy. Because you're down here beating up everybody in Hickville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Then you come to Charlotte. You think you the best thing smoking. And I'm not going to put you on the court because with that team, because that damages that whole team when y'all get beat by 50.
Exactly.
But I'm going to put
when
you
the game
right
got
next
to end early.
I'm gonna put you right next to him. And little Johnny, who's out here to just have fun. This just something social for me.
But at the same time, you're also gonna play against some other good teams that are also in the division on your level.
But I'm gonna put you right next to that animal.
But you get to see the animal, though. Yeah, you get to see.
So now coach can go to you and be like, "That's why you ain't ranked." Do you see what that animal
no,
did?
Hey, coach, you be real attentive about your schedule.
Hey, Mac, I will say this though. Well, yeah, you didn't have an AAU program. You think you've thrown some of them tournaments. Sometimes you gotta allow them parents to see. They got to see the fact that they kid got to get beat by 30. They got to get beat by 50, and they be like, "Oh, my bad."
Yeah, but
that's different, right?
That'll settle itself because if you're going out recruiting quality teams at each level, and that's one of the things where we let coaches choose. And as an option, we have the option to immediately bump you up for you trophy chasers. For you trophy chasers, you'll go sign down in D3 and beat up on everybody there so you can get the trophy.
Oh yeah, we don't need
coming through pool play. If there's a certain gap, you come up.
Yeah.
We'll take one of the teams that got supposed to lose and move them down.
Yeah, so they can benefit from
play. If there was a team up there,
I like that.
Coach,
I wish more teams did that.
But see, that takes all of the fun for the families. That it's not business anymore.
Yeah,
and also you got so much feelings involved as a coach. You know what I mean? Because that coach may have sold that family on whatever it may be.
That he's the greatest thing since they start slicing bread.
You know what I mean? So now you get in the pool play, and I think we experienced this one time with the DC. You know, they had the so-called super pools, and they had the pool they try to set you up in. It's like, bro, why we in this pool? It's like, man, we seen y'all. Then you go thump some heads, you be like, oh, maybe I should have moved y'all up, or you on the latter end of it, you go in there and you get rolled over about 30 each time.
Some of the things that we did when we first did that back in 2012. Everybody from the Super Pool, and this is where we were different. Everybody from the Super Pool headlines the bracket.
That makes sense.
So the last dude in the Super Pool, you still are top in your
that bracket. But you probably got the
everybody comes out of pool play.
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You come out of Super Pool, you may be 0-4, but you still better than everybody.
Better than everybody in Division 3. So you went 0-5, 0-3 in your pool. By 30, your coach signed you up for this beatdown.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to put you over here because the last thing I want as a promoter is that family. Oh, this was mad. This was bad because the coach ain't gonna say I set us up.
No, he gonna blame it on you. He gonna blame it on the tournament director.
He signed.
He set us up for this, right?
That's why he knew it was. Always left it at coach's choice.
Yeah.
So clearly, if parents say, "Oh, y'all did us wrong," no, man. Look who signed you up for this level.
Oh no!
You need to go talk to your coach because he did it. Oh, he didn't know. Well, that's his problem.
No, I was big about that too. Like, you know, when I even coming up, throw me in the fire, bro.
Right, let me see what I got.
Throw me in the fire.
Let me see what I got. And because if I come down here and I think I got animals, I need to see what I got. I'll go back to the lab and fix it. But back to with Coach Smith and the tournament. It's called the Battle for the Crown, Charlotte.
Yes, sir.
And what we're done with here is, we've got Oak Hill, Ambassador Christian, which was previously Myers Park, I'm finding out.
Well,
I don't know. I'm the barbershop. Hey, tell me what the barbershop say. Barbershop say that's Myers Park, but I will leave that where it is. Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's what it says.
I'm gonna say this. Here at Open Gym Podcast, we do not disparage or any of the.
Hey, I don't know what it is.
Opinions or opinions,
baby. Opinions.
They do have the coaching staff from Myers Park. They do have
maybe some kids, but they just said Myers Park. Anything gets said in the barbershop. That's the one place that lies don't get kept.
No. We got you. We got you. You know, we just try and stay politically out of
it. Me and the coach from Ambassador have had great conversations. You know, he's told me about some of the
he got him. And he has a great program over there.
Oh yeah,
him and he got a good development guy with Nick. They have a really and they recruited and brought in some guys. They got a 2027.
I've heard some great things about him. I have not seen them. I look forward to it. Like you know,
who are they matched up against? Who was them?
There were Corvin Community. First game.
Okay.
You know, that's Coach Murphy. Coach with CP3 for
so
years.
That's Murphy RJ playing against his old team. Then.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Well, yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah, we giving you the storyline now. We giving you the storyline to run with.
You know,
that's RJ. Did they win 1A?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah,
1A or 2A.
Yeah, he just won 2A with Corby, and he's about to play.
Okay.
And he's about to play against.
Who was Oak Hill playing?
Storyline.
Oak Hill will play in the first game. They'll play Davidson Day.
Yeah, that's Cody Peck came back from IMG
Thursday, November the 20th at West Met.
Yes, sir.
In Gym 1.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have both gyms running.
We'll have both gyms running.
Yes, sir.
This is the difference of it. Now, in Gym 2, and the first game with Ambassador and Corvin will start at 6.
Mm-hmm.
The second game will start at 8 in Gym 1. Now, in Gym 2, we'll have Rocky River Girls
Is it Chambers?
versus Chambers.
Ooh, let's go. We got this guy on the sideline over there. This guy over here on the sideline.
That starts at 6:30.
Yeah.
So a little in between time.
Yeah.
And then behind that, we have Moravian Prep and Wesleyan Christian.
Is that girls or boys?
That's boys.
Oh, so that's Moravian. Though that's gonna be
Isaac.
That's Isaac, Isaiah, and them boys.
All of those guys from down there.
Okay.
So they're coming down.
We're gonna get a little OTE action.
Right.
Okay.
You'll get a lot of that. Yeah. And you know, we're doing it at West Mecca, and this is the whole thing for my son's brand, Covered by the Four. It's what we want to do is raise money and bring awareness to the inner cities.
For sure.
So. You know, 2 years ago, we were at Garinger. We did a thing called Hoop for a Cause.
Okay.
It was hooping. That was working with mental health.
Yeah.
With athletes.
And that's when we did. And that's when you did the
Oak Hill versus one.
No. But even before that, though, we did the. You did the
his camp.
The camp. We did the camp.
Oh, the big and guard thing.
Jacoby.
Yeah. The big guard camp over there.
Yeah.
We was over there for that, and that was the year I was at Garinger. So we was over there promoting that, and unfortunately, we didn't get to stay over there though, but we enjoyed the moment of being there because you're talking about that was a big family. Like my mom went to Garinger, you know what I mean? So you're talking about there was a personal connection there for me as well, along with Coach G. His mom went to Garinger as well. So we had a personal connection there with that. But
for me to be able to come back and have my son come do his first tournament in the gym,
that was dope though.
That my life went kind of left in, and then to have my guys Mario and them there, all the guys there.
Keith, everybody showed up. Yeah.
Like I tell everybody, I said, man, the one reason why I love doing stuff at Garinger, and there's a big picture, and I wish they never would have took it out of the gym. I wish they never would have took it out of the gym, but it's by the locker room now.
It's in the hallway. It's in the hallway.
Of the championship team. And my son was like, Daddy, why? I said, because that picture right there reminds me of everything. I was supposed to be there. But just by one choice, changed the whole way.
Do you mind talking to us about it a little bit? I feel like there's some lessons inside.
It is.
A bit of this.
Is. Like, and I'll bring this whole thing to story. Like with my son and them, I was at Garinger back in the rough days, 89, 90. Should have been on that state championship, but I wanted to be toe pistols. I wanted to be a part of a gang. I wanted to run around and do everything but what I was supposed to be doing. And that is a lot of the reasons why I'm so hard on my son. Because I feel as a father, if your kid is going to make mistakes, But if you go down making the same mistake I made, I ain't did nothing.
You ain't did nothing right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So being hard and making sure that he was never had the influences or even the opportunity,
the inkling to want to do something like that.
Because
I
didn't have to do what I did. I chose to do what I did.
Yeah.
Choices.
You know what I'm saying? It's like my
choices,
mom
kids.
worked
Choices.
her hips off. I had brothers in college. I had everything. I was a good kid.
Yeah.
Just chose the wrong path.
And I love what you said, because you said that like you love seeing that picture because it reminds you of that specifically. And you talk to your son about that.
Yeah. And so, you know, going back and just giving back, that's why, you know, we did it at Garinger. Garinger is a part this year of it, you know, and I want Garinger to always be, because I want to make sure that, you know, everything we're doing is community.
Yeah.
That's my son's brand. And that's one of the things, like when he wanted to start something, when the NIL and everything started out, he had the tattoo of the 3 crosses on his arm.
Yeah.
And so I told him, if you want to start a brand, well, you got that on your arm. Let's build something off of it. What's something that means something that would mean something to everybody? And so I said, your community. So I was like, okay, BJ, every time I see you, you're doing this.
Yeah,
you're throwing
the foes up.
Now this 4, I know what it means. It represents Charlotte, 704.
Set the foe, yeah.
So for me, if you're covered by the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and my community, the 704, nothing in this world could be able to stop you.
Yeah.
So that was where his brand
that's dope.
So that's what covered by the 4 is all about.
That's dope.
You know, if you're covered by the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and your community. And when we say that, your community could be as big as as small.
Yeah,
it could
be as big as your family, but as big as your whole neighborhood or the whole city.
Community is. If you can have those 4 things covering you, nothing of this world should be able to stop you. So, you know, that's what we want to be able to do, to be an influence to the next generation. So, like when I started the House of Hoops, it was really an inspiration to BJ's. Like with the NIL, when he was at South Carolina, he came to me and was like, Dad, I want you to start a barbershop. And, you know, no parents really want to spend their kids' money. So I was like, no, BJ, we're not doing that. There's some other things you can do. And he was like, well, no, because I'm a business major, I can use it as a project and we started up. And then that way, when I get through playing ball, the brand is already running. Okay, son, if you're going to do it like that, well, let's do it. And let's really
he was thinking long term. He was playing a long game.
You see what I'm saying? Let's really sit down. So that's when we came up with the House of Hoops, because everything's been us.
Yeah.
So, you know, we wanted to kind of ground it around basketball and the community. So BJ all used to go when we go out, AAU trips, all these pros.
Yeah.
Daddy, how do you know all these dudes? Back to BJ. Daddy, your dad could play. I just wanted to carry pistols, BJ. I've been telling you that your whole life. You just don't want to believe me. But now Kenyon Martin, all of these guys seeing me and out, you know, and giving me the recognition. I'm like, BJ, ball player, respect ball player. I don't care where it is, whoever.
The basketball community actually is a big family.
If
bro.
they
big
know
family.
you, he could have hooped with you once. If you gave him that work, he
if you understood,
he could have hooped with somebody that you know that vouch for you, and then
that's it.
And be like,
you good to go. You good to go.
So, you know, we wanted to do something here that paid homage to the basketball community, the greats that came before him. Guys like Jonny Edwards, guys like Chris Brown, all kinds of guys. Like we kind of partnered with the Charlotte Observer when they did the best in the Sweet 16 era.
I remember that.
Because it is a barbershop thing. Me and Langston had a debate. Isaiah, I love you to death, Isaiah, but you are not the best thing ever to come out the Sweet 16 era. I love Evans. I love him to death.
Yeah.
Evans.
Slim.
I love Slim to death, but Jason Parker would have tore his head off.
Oh no, that was. I mean, but one thing I will say is
it's
different eras. It's different eras. So
you got the old guys.
Yeah.
Give me Slim.
But that's where
like Jason was
offensively. But there's another side to the ball.
I'm about to say because Jason was a different monster. That's the era of the bigs right now.
That's the barrel of a 6'8" monster.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
So
it's just different levels of basketball that was played in Charlotte that you can respect. That Jason Parker was on a different level. That
it's
Slim.
Different eras,
So like, imagine if we had social media during that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that I think that's the biggest thing about this era of basketball is the way that it can be put out. I mean, within seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, we see the next highlight now.
Right.
Versus then
it was
if you have if you was word of mouth, then somebody happened to have a VHS.
I'm gonna tell
you may got to see it.
There's a guy around here the guy that made me fall in love with basketball. Everybody thinks the year Michael Jordan graduated, he was the number one player in the state of North Carolina.
He wasn't.
He was not.
He wasn't.
There was a kid named Jonny Edwards.
Yep.
Out of South America. Man, the things this boy, put it like this. He was Larry Johnson before Larry Johnson. Mm-hmm. He was Zion way before Zion.
These are I see exactly the play that you said. Yeah. Okay, I understand this.
Put it like this. Johnny was an athlete.
Yeah.
Baseball, football, basketball, everything.
Yeah.
Dog.
That's back when everybody lettered and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a game and I would tell everybody this was a game that made me fall. Like when I've done all the interviews about the House of Hoops, the thing that made me fall in love with it was Johnny. I was at West Charlotte. Johnny was being recruited by everybody, Duke, Carolina, all of them.
Yeah.
And a lady got her pocketbook stolen in the neighborhood. Johnny did not do it, but he ran back to where guys sitting in the neighborhood. He ran through there. Johnny actually came out to bring the purse to the lady. The cops in the area, public kid, we're going to make a name out of it. Johnny played in that game at West Charlotte. Now, you know how West Charlotte's gym is.
The old West Charlotte gym, yeah.
One way in, one way out.
Yeah.
It's halftime.
Yeah.
We're sitting behind the visitors' bench. I'm sitting there because my brother's on the team. I'm sitting there as a 12-year-old. Guys from the West Trade Boys Club, because Johnny played down there in Belvedere Homes.
Belvedere Homes.
Yes. A white guy. Ran across, came in the door, ran up in the bleachers on the West Charlotte side, went to the far corner by the locker room. They would put out a banner all the way across the back of West Charlotte gym. Johnny can't read. Johnny can't write. Johnny snatches old lady pocketbooks late in the night. And everybody on West Charlotte side held pocketbooks up and said, "Here, Johnny, 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 Johnny."
You talking about old school heckling right there. That's old school heckling.
Guys. I seen Johnny.
Come on, Johnny.
Johnny dropped his head in his hands and started crying.
I can imagine, bro.
My brother looked up and he said, "Watch this." Johnny went on the other end of West Charlotte by the locker room. They were coming this way. Johnny's playing power forward. Point guard's already down there. He said, "Give me the ball." Dude, Johnny went coast to coast, behind his back, between his legs, took off one step outside the free throw line, turned, looked at West Charlotte, pointed, cocked it back like this, and about tore that rim up. That's why that rim in West Charlotte, when you dunk on it now, it still rings for about 3-4 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it used to ring like that before they tore it down, yeah.
At the end of that game, Johnny had 40. He had 2 at half.
Dang.
At the end of the game, everybody in the gym was standing up doing this right. I thought I seen Black Jesus. I'm telling you, and to this day, I'll tell everybody you come in the barbershop, if you go to the barbershop, the Black Jesus himself, he was on the basketball court. That's what made me fall in love with basketball that day. But, you know, that's what it's all about, to be able to bring homage to guys like that, So when we did that with Coach Smith, we wanted to honor all the guys from Charlotte. We've got all these heavy hitters, Chambers, Rocky River. We've also got, like I said, Moravian Prep, Wesleyan Christian, Davison Day, Oak Hill coming in. You know, we're doing things. Y'all are going to be there. So one of the things that
it's going to be fun.
Another thing, we're going to be in the building.
Yeah, and that's
we in the building live. We're in the building live, y'all.
We're doing. We're going to bring a live podcast from the games.
Yes, sir.
So,
live interviews, live everything.
That kind of action and incitement right to people's homes and see a different perspective.
It's gonna be fun
of the games, you know, and we're going to go out with some national brands to try to bring in some other things to them. But, you know, also we've got another partner that we're going to deal with NIL, because that's something big with North Carolina basketball, North Carolina sports, period.
Yeah.
You know, like for a time you couldn't do it. Now I'm understanding you can.
No, you can do it public now, you know, because I think 2 years ago it was just strictly private. Well, actually last year, and you know, they say based on a player that moved from private back to public. That's when they made it that way. We don't know how true that is though, but it is available to public schools now.
Okay. Because like one of the things that are part of the participating teams, and this is something that with our partner Murray Avenue, they are NIL merch company. So for you, coach, all of your girls will be able to go there, and if they want to sell hats, shirts, t-shirts, sweatshirts, they'll be able to design their own brand. They have to pay no money, no merchandise. They'll receive, I think it's $10 for each item sold. So for each kid, that'll be your platform to be able to go into NIL and do that. So, you know, that's something different we want to bring to the kids. Yeah. You know, so every kid will be able to work with them to be able to design their brand. And, you know, they'll have the online store. So your family, friends, everybody can go. Another thing we'll have is also the barbershop, the House of Hoops, will be open before the tournament for NIL signings. Because the kids can sign autographs and things now. So you'll be able to come to the barbershop there before the game. Local fans meet their favorite player. If he wants to sign autographs, we'll have all of that thing. So that's what we want to do, is be able to expose the city. Yeah. That there are different things that very small businesses can do. Yeah. It's just being collaborative.
No, for sure.
And everybody looking at it's for the bigger picture.
Gotcha. All right, so
that's the beauty of it, though. Now I was gonna say the beauty of what he's saying is, like, you know, looking at it from a standpoint of a future thing and not just now. I feel like a lot of things that come through,
like, definitely,
you know, this is something that you can sustain and can really grow into a lot of not just, you know, basketball, but just business culture for the whole community of Charlotte. The youth, you know what I mean? Think about that person that doesn't play ball but who has that brand that they just been selling to school.
We see that now. They like, call it like D-Walk and all these different little
I mean, it's a kid at Chambers right now.
Yeah, I forget what's the name of it. The team that he does every year.
Man, I'm sorry, KJ, bro, but he has his own sweatshirt, sweatpants,
and he has the kids play AAU.
And the kids that play AAU, kids that play on the basketball team, they actually wear
after the circuit is done, and they do the thing.
You know what I mean?
So it's definitely there. The kids will be able to have his own thing to be able to do to grow their brand, and it gives them a easy way to get into NIL, because really high school guys are behind now.
Nah, for sure.
They're really behind. This thing is going crazy, and with the NIL
especially the team sports, because like we talked before, like the big NIL deals go to the individual sports, the tennis, the golf, you know what I mean, things of that nature. I mean, even more so baseball, but you know, it's really starting to grow in our what we call the main sports in our community.
Football,
you know, the football and the basketball, and even track too. You know what I mean? Track is a type sport that you can be individualized and kind of sign your own little deals based on your individual sport though. But yeah, it's really starting to grow in the basketball and football community, where we're actually having to have sessions. We have to have, you know, breakout groups, you know, symposiums to really teach parents, coaches like ourselves
what you can and can't
what do. You can and can't do. And right now, what they're saying we can and can't do is stay away from it, like they did with the parents and the coaches. I mean, the parents and the player. Like, because the last thing you want to do as a coach
is get involved,
and then you don't negotiate the best on that deal or a deal for that player. Now that parent can hold you liable for saying, hey, well, you wasn't working in my kid's best interest. So the best thing to do is stay away from it. Like, you know, I mean, acknowledge it, but stay away from it.
This NIL platform is just crazy. Like, you know, bring up Rick Barnes. What happened with him at Tennessee?
Oh, yeah.
With a player where he told the player, I don't pay you. I pay you to do what I tell you to do and set the boy down.
Yeah.
So now, as a parent, I'm going to tell my kid, what did he tell you to say? I seen the play. He told him, shoot the ball. The guy made a great closeout. He made the right read. The dude just fumbled the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, lost the game.
Set him down for the whole half. I said, I pay you to shoot the ball when I tell you to shoot the ball. So as a parent, now, every time, shoot the ball.
Yeah. There's no in between.
Because that's what he told
you. Listen, I ain't mad at that.
But see, that's the
difference. Ed told us that with Don Nelson. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference is there. It's now, okay, now the kid does strictly that, and then you turn around and now I want you to do that. You know, so that's why it's, and then with this NIL, it's got to be some kind of uniformity to it, because state by state, It's too confusing.
Well, I think on the college level, they've came up with a little commission.
It still hasn't went in effect. It's like South Carolina has its rules. North Carolina has its rules. Colleges in North Carolina are totally different from colleges in South Carolina and what they have to abide and not. The SEC is different from the ACC.
But I thought, isn't it like each school now has the 20 million pot?
Well, that's what they're working towards. I mean, that's implemented, I think, next year.
Yeah, next
year. Because now it's, I think this is the last year of.
I think it was 2026, 27. It should be.
That's when it goes in
fully in effect.
Okay.
Right. So, now it's like, it was a Wild West.
Yeah.
Wild West. Guys
coming up got the bread. Who don't have it, don't have it.
Well, my thing was.
Well, it retired a lot of good coaches. Well, we didn't see it retire a bunch of good coaches.
To me, it works on both sides. Because now coaches can't hold that over your head. I can send you back here and send you back there, and these boys are working because that's the only way they're gonna change the way their families live, and you holding that over here. And on the other hand, coach, you can't come in here and tell me no lie no more.
Yeah.
Because you sat in my living room and told me X, Y, and Z, and then I get here and now it's this over here. So now you got to be straight on what you telling because that kid has options. Where before he didn't have those options. So a lot of those coaches that use car salesmen that,
I've heard that term used a lot on the weekend.
It is what it is, man. Yeah. I mean, it's in the AAU world, man, I'll tell you, people going to say a lot about me, but there'll never be a coach in America that'll come in and say, I told them to do this, that, or the other with my son. Now, what I did do was whatever you came in the living room and sat on our couch,
you got to stand on business.
Sold us.
You got to stand on business.
That's what I expect to say.
Stand on business.
Now, I'll tell every coach like this. I tell everyone the same thing before they get started. I know what you done heard about me. Let me tell you who I really am. Whatever you sit over there and say, because you should have did your homework before you came there because you recruited.
Yeah.
So whatever vision you sit here and tell our son or this family, if we agree to it, that's what I'm expecting to see. Now, I'm a businessman.
And you understand they salesman too.
Things just don't work out the way you plan. Just like you told me it was an open phone call and I didn't have no input on plan A. All I expect to hear is, hey, Mr. Matt, you remember that I told you about plan A? It ain't working. My next question to you gonna be, what's plan B? Here go plan B.
Yeah.
I didn't complain about plan A. I didn't tell you had to do this, that, or another. I just wanted to make sure you had a plan.
Yeah.
Because now if plan A don't work, I need to know, coach, you got a plan B. You just ain't out here flying by the seat of your pants because you got my son's future in your hand.
Yeah.
So as long as whatever it is you sold, we good. And if, like I said, things just sometimes just don't go the way you plan. So let's sit back, just like we had that conversation before. Let's sit down and have another conversation again.
So this is going to kind of steer us backwards a little bit, but I think that we were a little bit on the, I guess, like the basketball dad part of it. And you're speaking about, and again, like I'm taking this back.
Me being the worst one to hurt my son?
Nah, not even that. This is going a different way, almost in the middle.
Okay.
So we did see, like I said, you got the LJ Smiths getting sent off, the Cole Colliers getting sent off, all these guys getting sent off. There's this part as dads, even if like we take away from like the part of like basketball dad, but just dad. Right now, at that moment, you have decided, because I imagine you stayed back here in North Carolina, you sent them off. Like you're actually sending your kid out into the world.
Yep.
And
a kid, not an 18-year-old, but a kid.
Yeah. And so how was that for you as a dad? Like right now, I'm going to have to trust you. This being Steve Smith, with like my son.
I think it was the best decision I ever made.
Oh, and but I just want to know, like, what, like, did you have like emotions to doing the thing? And that's more so what I'm saying.
That's you.
Like, how hard was that as like the dad part?
the dad part for me when I first did it, because like I told you, as soon as he told me that in the thing, I was like, okay, I'm leaving.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I always was looking 3, 4, 5 years down the line.
Okay.
And my thing was, I'll go through this now. I'll cry. I'll miss him now. I know he mad because, like I said before, I committed my son to Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really want to do it right then. I did that. So it was me making these decisions because at the time he's thinking as a 15, 16, 17-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't want to go away from my friends.
Of course, yeah.
But now if you ask BJ, he's like, I'm glad I went to Oak Hill.
Because
of
the experience.
The guys I got to be with, what I learned about basketball. One of the things that, we're going to emphasize, and, Coach Smith is big on is, letting the guys know what Oak Hill did for them. Like, how did it prepare you?
Gotcha.
And like I tell people, the Hill is something totally different. Like you go into a lot of the IMGs or all of this, kids got luxury pools out there.
IMG is straight luxury.
Now they in the woods out there.
To me, you're softening these kids up.
Yeah.
Now, if you are basketball and at your age, you need to isolate every distraction, the Hill is where you need to be. Because
definitely was that
for that guy, where people used to say Kevin Durant fell asleep in the gym, that was at Oak Hill. Because the dorms less than 400 yards that way. You see what I'm saying? So it's putting you in that environment. The one thing that I wanted to be BJ to be able to experience and, going with his coaches, and especially for guys in high school now, it matures you. You got to learn how to travel.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to study. You got to learn how to have all of this stuff done.
You got to balance it all, too. You got to
balance it all out.
Life, yeah.
So now that if I'm coming in and let's say me and this guy that's coming in the school, we're ranked equally. Everything is the same on paper. We hit here at the school. But I've traveled. I've learned how to judge my schedule. I learned how to balance my books. I know how to do this. I know how to study. I've been in film session. I've done these things like this where it wasn't my fault because the high school that I was going to, because of the neighborhood I lived in, didn't have the equipment to prepare me.
I got you.
Then I didn't have a coach that wouldn't video. We just didn't have the stuff there. Where now I'm there. I've got Hall of Fame coaches, guys that have been around. That's put all kinds of guys. You got every year ex-pros coming back to come to practice here. So those are the things about it. So I know nightly I'm gonna go through the same blood, sweat, and tears that 35 other pros
went through as well. Yeah.
It's like if Jeff McGinnis, Rod Strickland.
So like at an early age, you can see a kid with
through their
high performance, but be low potential. Right? That means they're really
sweat and tears in that gym.
Yeah.
Then why can't I go blood sweat?
You can't be the gym that you Stackhouse and all those guys was in, and just the different names and everything to go through. It's like, how can I not go through this? How can I not endure?
And I mean, they redid it. Like, if you go look at Oak Hill now, and for the people that ever get a chance to go up there and look at Oak Hill, it's bare bones.
Oh, no, for sure.
It's bare bones.
Hey, Pops, let me ask you this. So I've heard you've kind of spoken about, like, you committed son to
after I cussed out Carolina.
What's 9th grade, 10th grade?
After I cussed out Carolina.
Oh, I ain't know about this part. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. All right. So again, like we do have an audience that is a lot of like high school and middle school parents and a lot of high school and middle school kids.
Yeah.
And like they're looking to understand how to navigate recruitment. And like you said a couple things. So one of them is like you made the decision for your son. I guess give us the mindset behind that. And like when he went to is it USF?
Yes.
When he went to USF, what was the decision? Were you a part of that? And like the mindset when it comes down to like recruitment, who you're going to take serious? Talk to us.
Well, when it comes to recruiting, like I tell everybody, all of these rankings, and I was the dad that fell into it. I was one of the guys that probably half created the rankings and all of that stuff. So, it's like none of that really means nothing in the end. There's a big clip out where a lady is saying she loves when people come up and tell them about 5 stars, because when she breaks those parents down, it's only a recruiting bonus to the assistant coach that gets you signed. That's really what it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you get there,
everything
you got to compete.
You still got to show improve.
We seen the number 1 player in the country go to Kentucky, and he ended up like being a bench rider.
Man, I've heard to
Rob Dillingham and the white boy. I forget his name.
Every tale of everything that they gonna do. They gonna do this. He gonna be the star of this. He gonna be the star of that. Once you sign on the dotted line, all that goes out of the window.
For sure.
And that's why I tell parents, you've got to have your plan. You've got to be able to stick to it and fight to it and have the fortitude to say, if this isn't it, it just isn't it.
So 9th, 10th grade, how did you know that that's where he needed to be at? How did you shift through or sift through all that?
Let me kind of lay the ground for that, so you'll understand that. Well, at that time, BJ was big in Charlotte. I mean, he had played against Pat, and they had just come off winning the state championship here. Coach Rockefeller was assistant coach, and there are 2 coaches that I love to the day. Coach Rockefeller and the old coach from Coach Haynes. They're from Georgia. Okay. Both of them walked in Charlotte Catholic, and about an hour apart, Coach Rockefeller walked in, and he was from Virginia Tech, and he was like, they told me about this big kid. I'm sitting over in the bleachers. So he comes in, sees BJ, talks to the coach. Coach points up at me. He comes over. He says, I want to offer your kid. I'm like, Virginia Tech? I'm like, Coach, I'm not the guy to sit up here and talk to these little fake offers. I understand. He said, no, I'll get you on the phone with the head coach right now. Okay, now we're talking a whole different situation. So he got me on the phone with Coach Buzz Williams. He was like, Coach Rockefeller, we've heard great things about BJ. Coach said, he just wanted to come put his eyes on him. I was like, he ain't been here for 15 minutes. He's like, we said enough, we want to offer him. Okay, we want to bring him up. So we start traveling back and forth to Virginia Tech. At that time, BJ, North Carolina State, everybody was on BJ because what he had did with that team. You're talking about a team that won 4 games the year before. You add in 1 9th grader, and you go 31-1. Yeah. And the game that they lost is so crazy. BJ fouled out with 5 seconds left on the clock. He told the center that was coming in behind him, hedge the ball screen. I've been jumping it all game. They're gonna slip it. He jumped it. They slipped it, basket. Audrey Kale. Yeah. That was the game they lost. So
that was like early in Audrey Kale history too. That was like one of their first big early wins. They had in their whole school history right there.
Right. Beating them. So, we were on the whole ACC tour. So we're up. They've offered the Langley twins, because at that time, like I said, we were hot on the AAU circuit. We had just won CP3. We're winning. These guys were the hottest things coming out of North Carolina right then. So going into that state championship game that weekend, before we played North, was one of the biggest games BJ would have played in because of all the guys that were at North. I had called up because of Late Night with Roy was going on.
Gotcha.
Coach talked, one of the assistant coaches there, I ain't gonna say his name, but talked to him and asked him, was BJ on the list to come up for Late Night with Roy? He told me, at this time, we are not recruiting any 2019s. Fine. That was 2018. You were talking about Devon Dodson, Leakey, and Jarius Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
Well, night before the game, I get a call. BJ made the list for Late Night with Roy. Okay. We take off, go to Carolina. Now, let me say this. I'm a diehard Duke fan. If you know Carolina, it's one of the
It's nasty work, Pop.
So we go up there. That's the game where Brandon Ingram, Grayson Allen hit the last second shot.
Yeah.
To beat Carolina at Carolina. If you look back in the background of the picture, BJ standing there with Charlotte Catholic, red jersey on, looking at me, because I'm looking at him like, you better not jump. You better not jump up. We're Duke fans. I'm like, you can't do this. We're here on a Carolina visit. But inside, the little boy in me is like jumping.
Yeah.
So after the game, we go back. You know, we talk to coach staff. That's a big loss.
No, that
was the game.
Austin Rivers, the Austin Rivers shot.
No, Brandon Ingram.
Oh no, okay, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Beat him at Carolina.
Got you.
So we go back, talk with Coach Roy and them. They're not really happy. BJ's going to play. We're going to come down. We're making sure we're going to come down. Okay, cool. So we go down. BJ plays. They don't show. We go to Virginia Tech. We're sitting at Virginia Tech. We've had a great workout. The Langley twins, they're really wanting to get him. So we're sitting there watching the game, and my son taps me, and he said, Daddy, I thought you told me that Carolina was not doing any 2019s right now. I said, that's what the coach told me. What's up? He said, they just offered Wendell. They went to go see him. So I grabbed the phone and looked at it, and I was like, so you had me take my son out of practice for one of the most important games that he's ever been in. Then you told me out your mouth, I didn't ask you, were you coming down here? You told me you were coming. So I got my son all excited. Then you come down here, okay? And this is why I say I'm the poster child for dysfunctional dad. I immediately got up from the game, middle of the game, walked in the hallway, called the coach. Hey, coach, you told me that y'all were not doing any 2019s at the time. He said, Mr. Mack, I meant 2019s at your son's position. And this is what my response was. I'm a barber. I hear bullshit every day. I don't like you. No way. I'm a Duke fan.
Yeah.
Click.
Oh, wow.
Hung up the phone. I go back into my son.
The ability to talk to Carolina like that.
I told him.
The ability to have the pull to talk to Carolina like that. That's crazy.
You're going to.
That's crazy.
You're going to Virginia Tech. And he was like, I am? I was like, yeah. And we went down. I talked with the Langley boys. Kiefer was like, man, if they want all three of them, we're in.
No.
In the car back home, I made BJ call him because my dream and this was my explanation to him at the time.
Damn.
My explanation to him at the time was our dream was for you to play in the ACC.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to get particular with that dream, and one analogy I've always given my son is I like pound cake.
Gotcha.
All that icing, all the extra stuff, that's
your
cake. Just give me the cake. The cake is the ACC.
Shout out to real. That's it. It's real.
All that other stuff, that's yours. So and I tell people my dream for him was to get a free college scholarship.
Yeah.
Free education.
Your dream was to go to pro.
Yeah.
When you walked across the stage at Wofford, job done. From here on out, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that was my dream. So from there, I've never pushed him. I wanted him to achieve his dreams, but along that, we had dreams in there. So it's like.
Go ahead. Well, I was going, because you said he graduated from Wofford.
Right.
So
he did, I guess, master's at South Carolina.
Okay. So going from the Carolina interest and you saying, F it, I'm a Duke fan anyway.
Mm-hmm. Committed.
I'm going to Virginia State, and then you go to Oak Hill, and then
goes there for 2 years. Buzz leaves,
and all right, now give us that. So what made you? Because we've heard now.
Okay,
you a tough cookie.
Well,
you'll call a coach.
About it is, yes, I will call you.
You'll call a coach.
Don't tell me nothing. Don't expect me to. Because what kills me is every coach in America says I had this open door policy. Coach, don't tell me that. Because
that's not a real thing.
I'm the dude that's going to call you.
He's going to walk through the door on that thing.
Mm-hmm. You told me open door policy, so why is this dude behind me?
So what sold you on USF?
Well, Coach Dixon. So let me backtrack and so everybody understand the full story.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech, to this day, I don't like Buzz Williams. Because
you don't like?
I can't.
Okay.
I can't stand the ground that man walk on. And the reason why is because the way you handled your business.
Okay.
You called a recruit at 5:30 in the morning and left a message for him to decommit. This is another reason why I say I love Coach Rockerford to death. because he called me.
The assistant coach at
the assistant coach.
V10, right?
He had recruited BJ and them.
Yeah,
they were his recruits.
Gotcha.
And he was like, I'm upset about it. It's made me mad. Me and him have been lockstep and barrel. Even when BJ decommitted after he left there, Coach Rock went to ECU. So my loyalty to Coach Rock was like, BJ went on official to ECU.
That makes sense.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? So everywhere Coach Rock has been, BJ has went because of his loyalty, his name. Like I said, these coaches to me, if you are straight up and honest with me, I will be there with you. Coach Smith, same thing with me. And Coach Hayes, everybody's just lay it on the table because I've never been the coach to say, I want my kid to shoot 50 shots a game, to do this, to do that. That's not me. But whatever you tell me, I'm going to hold on to that. Stand on that. Stand on it. Because I'm going to stand on exactly what I tell you.
That makes sense.
If you saying that he needs to do this and I need to be in there, or we're going to be there. We're going to be at whatever it is. So, sense. With that situation, we decommitted him. That's when BJ had a breakout year at EYBL, those first couple of sessions. I mean, all EYBL, he's tearing through it. So Coach Dixon, who coached my nephew, Jeremy, Larry at Garringer.
Gotcha.
So Dixon was on the staff at USF.
Talking about Jay Good, right?
Yeah, Jeremy Good.
Yeah.
So family friend, trusted. So I was like, BJ, with all that we've been going through with all these coaches and everything, I've got to put you with somebody that
Dixon was at USF.
Yes.
Wow.
So that Coach Larry Dixon.
He recruited me. Yeah. He recruited me when he went to South Carolina State.
Right.
Crazy short story. Okay, cool.
So
now it makes more sense now.
We sent him to USF with Coach Dixon, and then COVID happened.
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, with COVID in our family, we lost like 4 or 5 people due to it.
Oh,
Florida wasn't kind of shutting down. And
Florida was wide open.
Yeah, BJ's always been a kid where we have been there. His mom, his sister, his grandma on both sides have always been there. He's had us, so it's kind of that. So when he came back home, we went on the tour, and it's funny how he got to Wofford because his 10th grade year, I took him out of a camp at Wofford and told him, why are you here? Because you'll never go here. You're going to Tennessee. And he ended up right back there. So
Pop, let me ask you this because I at least want to just. Listen, he said he is the poster child for.
I'll tell you, and everybody's good. When you talk to AAU people, right, especially Coach Cook gonna be like, he ain't said man lie.
But all right. So without another question that I do just have in my pocket that you kind of walked into would be so your son, he played for 3 colleges. Mm-hmm. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. When did y'all know it was time to move to the next one?
At Wofford, I would say for BJ's brand and basketball, we should have left a year before we did.
But how did you know it was time to go to Wofford first, though?
Well, when we looked at all of the situations, because everybody, COVID was going so long, and BJ wanted to be close to home.
Oh, and this is when they first did the non have to sit out transfer.
Yeah. This was the first of the
transfer
first,
portal.
the first of the first.
Yeah, the transfer.
The first of the first is the 5-year rule and the transfer rule.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's BJ, complete. Yeah.
Think about it, this is the extra year COVID. This is the extra COVID,
and that's why he got his master's.
Right. BJ would have been able to do the 2-year thing that they did.
Yeah.
He missed it by a week.
Okay.
Sending this paperwork in. If we would have sent his paperwork in,
he would have had another year.
That other year.
Another year, yeah.
Right. So due to that rule and things like that, he only got the 1 year. So we were like keeping him close to home, things like that. So he went to Harvard. Now, BJ coming out of private school, BJ's always been on the dean list.
Yeah.
So Wofford is listed as the Harvard of the South.
Yeah.
Very high academic school.
Yeah.
So he went down there. And for me, it was putting him back in his comfort zone. BJ's always played with shooters.
Yeah, I was about to say also you put him back in his comfort zone as far as his environment too, as far as school too.
And he's was being spacing. He's he operates in the middle, putting him in a space.
And mid-majors love bigs that can stretch the floor. Right. They just love a big that can shoot in mid-major.
Yeah, and so that's where we put him back in that kind of system up under Coach McCulley. At that time, he came out his junior year. He ran through the SoCon, and actually that year had a couple of workouts. And so we came back. Now, not knowing how to navigate that system, looking back at it now, we should have left then and went up.
So had a real good year and then just transferred
up then.
But it wasn't as big as it is now back then.
And we didn't. That was the first year really of it, and we didn't know. And then he would have been in that first class, and we learned this from when he got to South Carolina. Coach Parrish, who came from Chattanooga, he recruited Hayden Brown from the Citadel.
Yep.
Which was BJ dominated at the Citadel. He actually told us, BJ, if you'd have went in the portal that year, you were the guy we wanted. So BJ, because he didn't go in the portal and we didn't know, so that the following year when he came up, that's why South Carolina was number one on him. Because the day BJ went in the portal at 8:00 that morning, by 8:05, Coach Parrish had called.
Listen.
That lets you know how fast that portal go, and that lets you know if you still sitting in that portal after months.
Yeah, you got an issue.
It's both sides of it.
Both sides of it.
Somebody both of it.
They get hit in the first 10 minutes of the portal opening up versus those that's sitting here like right now. School about to start Monday.
It's time to grab that JUCO.
Right. Listen, and they still in the portal.
Right. Wayne, I think you gave like a really good TED talk last week. You were saying that like be aware of all your options. And where like if you had that call at 8:05 and the portal open at 8, you're a D1.
For sure.
You're it's now
for you. Power 5 D1.
Yeah, at that.
And I mean, you're talking about South Carolina coming in. You're talking every major power coming in. Alabama, everybody. At that point in time, me and BJ was like, whoa. Okay, I knew you played all right, bro, but I ain't know, and as a dad,
to take the dad goggles off and be now,
this is people real. Will tell you, I'm BJ's worst enemy.
Yeah, that's dad.
I'm his worst enemy. Yeah, he could go have 30 and 20, and I'm gonna complain about.
You missed the box out though. Son.
I'm you should have
took the charge right there.
Yeah, you should have did this. You should have did that. About that.
You missed that other jump hook that you should have had. We worked on for 4 hours.
30, your man had 24. You gave me 6. Bro, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of stuff. But put him in those situations. That once we seen, the Alabamas, all of those come in. It was really mind blowing to, go to Alabama to visit the South Carolina. Like BJ had Iowa.
Okay. So the funny part about this is, and I was gonna get to it, but it's actually a perfect segment. During that time, this is like right during the COVID year pro-am. I had BJ on my team. So I had BJ Mack.
Oh, was that like a year ago? 2 years ago?
This is like 3 years ago because it's actually the year they played it at. We was gonna play at Northside Christian. So I had BJ on my team along with Christian that went to Duke. That was at Clemson. That's now at Charleston. So I had Mike Jink. I mean, I had the who's. I had Kurt on Big Kurt on my team. I mean, I had a lot of guys that had from different experiences from in college looking to transfer to had graduated to had NBA, G League experience. Like we had a different mix of guys though, but BJ was on that team though. We only played like 3 games before they shut it down because COVID shut down North Side and everything like that. So we was unable to kind of finish the season though. But just the rapport I built with them then, I was like, what we doing, bro?
Right.
And this is the year when he went back to Wofford.
Yeah.
So he was already talking about, the options then, but given the stance and like not the unknown of what was going on with COVID, who was doing what. Understand the transfer portal, the new rules and everything was like, you're like, bro, I don't even know.
Like people, man, and I know me and BJ, we went about. I love the experience that he had at South Carolina.
Yeah,
I really do. But BJ didn't want to go to South Carolina.
Oh, really? What do you
I kind of forced that issue, and in a dad way, because BJ was heart and soul on Alabama, heart and soul. Okay. He was sold. What changed BJ's mind was. Brandon Miller here and all the situation that was there.
Yeah.
We had went down and Alabama's an open carry state. So I told my son after the South Carolina visit. Now, South Carolina, they did their thing.
No, for sure.
On the visit, they did their thing to recruit him in. So,
could you let some of our parents in on when you say they did their thing? What like
okay.
if
the red carpet was rolled out?
Let me explain to you what I mean. Like, when you have the returning star player come to dinner, normally they'll have one of the players meet with the player, and that's who he's going to hang with. When you're sitting at dinner and your star returning player says, "Hold on, man, they ain't do all this for me." Whoa.
Who is you?
What's
what you got
going
on?
I ain't get all this, coach. Now you're seeing a different level. Well, there's a clip out at South Carolina of actually, and this is that dad moment. This is when I see my little 5-year-old. BJ 6'8", 240. But all I see is my little 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Where end of the night, we went around. When you go to a school, and I'll tell everybody there are differences, and you can kind of gauge how this goes. When you go and you just go on a tour, and it's randomly some little coach or GA that's taking you around.
It's the trainer. It's like it's the fifth coach taking you around. Yeah. You don't even see the head coach on the trip.
You see him, you come in, you do everything. Hey, how you doing?
You see him in his office.
Politics a little bit. We'll talk a little bit. We love you. Keep working.
He don't even tell him to reach you. He stand down and reach out.
Now, when you come there and with the first tour you take, you go to the president of the school's house.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
You're different.
He trying to get you there.
You're different. And when the president say, "I don't do this. I don't."
Yeah, I don't even intertwine with this. I don't do this.
This is not part of my job description.
Yeah.
You are the kid. Coach came to me and said, "You are the kid that they want. So it's going to take me to do this." And those were the things that when I sat down to my son, I'm like, BJ, the football coach is doing a video welcoming you. Coach Don Staley, national championship.
Yeah.
BJ, welcome home. Because my family is originally from South Carolina.
Yeah.
So the big thing that had me crying was
not crying.
I was crying. And there's a picture of him laughing. He loves it.
Probably pointing and laughing.
Yeah. We walk, they're driving us around, and we're getting ready to go back to the hotel for the night. And they're like, "We got one last thing." So we're in this blacked out SUV driving around, and we pull up to the stadium. Why are we here? Football stadium, yeah. So we get out, we're walking around. We're at the 50-yard line in the middle of South Carolina's football stadium, fully lit up. All of their colors pops up on all the screen. BJ, welcome home.
Oh, wow.
Then all of a sudden, that big South Carolina rally starts playing. All of it. I mean, you see all lights going everywhere. Like when South Carolina scores, all of the lights, all the touchdown, man, and all I can see.
Our engineer over here, he's excited. He went to South Carolina. He went to South Carolina.
As a dad, man, I'm sitting there just looking. Coach Parrish looked over, and I'm just sitting there, tears just running down my eyes. Man.
I can imagine though.
It's a proud dad moment, though. It's a proud dad moment.
Welcome home. And the thing about it is, when you've got family, when you know a part of you really from us comes from South Carolina, and they really lay it out like home. That was it. But that night we went down and we sat there and things like that. I sat down and talked to BJ. We're going back to the Brandon Miller situation where he was innocently caught up in all of that situation. Now, BJ knew those guys.
Yeah.
He went to playing around. All of them come out of the same year. Yeah. So I explained to my son this. I said, BJ, you and that electrifying smile. What I'm worried about is this, is you go down there, you're Mr. Nice Guy. You don't have a hood radar. And let me explain what I mean by hood radar.
Talk to him.
You keep 5 minutes away when something finna go left. You the smiley kid, you the private school kid, you the cul-de-sac raised kid. You ain't got that radar. That little dude that's on the back that's telling you something's finna go left.
My spider senses are tingling.
Here we go. So you go in, smile at the little girl because you the basketball player. You at Alabama, they the number one. This is an open carry state.
You don't realize her little
boyfriend from last year over there. He see you. He want to start something. You are not your father in that way. No. You are not going to want to swing on jump. So you going to walk away. I know how most people are in that situation because I was that dude. If you back up, I'm pushing forward.
Because then I feel like you punking away. Yeah.
I'm punking away.
My chest going to swell up harder now.
The one thing is this, and this is what I told him. I said, BJ, if you're going to Alabama, we're going to the gun range. Because I cannot come get you from the morgue. I will come get you from jail. I'm not coming to get you from the morgue. There's no way in God's green earth I can look at your mother and tell her I sent you down there knowing that it is a open carry state and I did not prepare you as a father. I can't do it. And he came back to me and said, Dad, I'm just not that kind of kid. Let's go to South Carolina. Those are the kind of things it is, son. If that's what you're going to do, because just like those kids, you could easily be caught up in an innocent situation. You're the number one center. You're the highest ranked recruit coming in. You're that guy. You get down there, some little jealous dude.
Somebody going to want to try you. Somebody got to test you, bro.
They test you now. You're in it. They start shooting. I can't do it. And you wasn't raised like that. And once he said that, I can't. I just don't live like that.
So
that's big though.
He chose South Carolina,
and I like where we're at, and I think that it gives us more, even more of a dad moment, to where me and Wayne haven't reached there yet, but you're kind of speaking to like the relationship past. When we, like we said earlier, kids,
teach a life lesson.
Like the 18 and under, like now you're talking to an adult, a young man.
You're teaching. That's why I said there's so much to teaching life lessons through something they love.
So let me ask you this. So even right there, it sounded like he probably was like about 20-ish. Like, how has your relationship with your son grown as like or changed as an adult? Especially like, again, like I said, we got the high schools, but then now you're looking at like you're adding in the veil of this is an adult that actually has like he's going to college on scholarship, basketball player, notoriety, attention. Like, it's easy to buck against it. And like shout out to y'all, like the picture that I used for the graphic came from South Carolina State saying, hey, BJ Mack and his dad has an amazing relationship, XYZ. And so saying that to say, like how has the relationship like morphed, grown, developed over time?
The older he gets, especially when he got, like, I'm still heavily involved in BJ stuff. And I mean, that's the kind of relationship we got. But now
that's a trust that y'all have.
Yeah. Now that's yours. I'm going to give you, as a parent, just like anything else. You bring a situation to me, I'm going to give you my advice as far as if I was you, how I'm going to navigate the situation.
Gotcha.
Now, you can take it or leave it. Now, because you're 21, 22 years old. Okay. Now, there was some times when you ain't got no choice.
You dictated everything.
I'm dictating because if you make this wrong choice, I'm picking up the garbage. So I'm not picking up trash behind something I ain't do. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna be the cause,
you can live with your decision, the parent to dictate, but if you're gonna make the decision, I gotta live with your decision. I ain't prepared for that right now. Yeah, I got you.
You ain't paid that many bills yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like through that we've come like now, and like in my life as a dad, it's crazy because as wild as I've been, like I said, I was the poster child for dysfunctional AAU. Never had anxiety. Never had anything. I would run up, down side of court. I mean, BJ's playing. I'm going up and down the court beside him. I'm not lying.
Lord, you're one of those ones. Yeah.
But if you know Cook, ask Cook, Cook would be like,
and I know Ed. I know Ed probably want to sit your ass down.
But I'm gonna tell you, me and Ed have a very special relationship.
I could imagine because
at first, me and Ed butted heads because we're from the same place.
No, I got you.
And see, once we had our little conversation, he was like, "Oh, like we go before the game," and I'd be like, "Hey, you need me to talk to him?" He'd be like, "Nah, I got him first half." All right, I go sit over there. Cook a cup at halftime. Hey man, come here. Go in there. Next thing you know, BJ coming out, acting like okay.
Yeah.
Cook understood that me and him have our own little thing. Like me saying something to BJ, and one thing that I've always told BJ, my job was to prepare you for everything in life.
Yeah.
And the one thing, and like coaches, all of his coaches always tell me, Mr. Mack, I hate using BJ as an example for anything. I was like, why? He's like, because he stares through me when we cuss him. I'm like, that ain't your fault, Coach. That ain't your fault. That ain't your fault. I said, every coach that told me, I said, Coach, that's not your fault. I understand exactly what you mean. That is my fault.
Yeah.
Because
you done did it so much.
I've always told BJ, there's one thing in America you ain't got to worry about. I'm going to push you to the line. I'm going to call you everything but a child of God. But there's one thing that's a difference between me and a coach. I can put my hands on your ass. They can't.
Yeah.
So he always knew you can't out-cuss my daddy. So all that cussing, I done heard that all of that in my face. I done heard all of that. But my thing was that prepares you because if you go, and I came up in the Bobby Knight era where they call you everything but a child of God.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense now,
They call you everything but a child of God in
there. No, a coach was the extension of your parenthood. Right. Like literally, your coach had just about as much power to get on you as your parents did. Like literally, if you came home complaining about a coach getting on you, your parent be like, "The hell you did wrong."
I'm gonna give you a example of my era. Funderburk, kid played for Indiana. Bobby Knight was there. He called his dad. Told his dad that Bobby Knight had called him all kinds of names and everything. The dad snuck into practice, went upstairs. At the end of practice, he told his son, "Don't you ever call me again." They say, "What you mean?" He said, "Because if he talked to his son the way he talked to you, and I seen that was his son cussing him, the way he was cussing him out, you are."
That part.
He said, because he was cussing his son out the same way he was cussing you out. He fine. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't doing that.
Abnormal. So
that is normal shit.
But just me and BJ's relationship since then has grown to where now it's more of a consultant type situation. Okay. Through your limited experience with stuff,
he respects your mind when it comes to things. Yeah.
And it's like ultimately, like with this decision with him going overseas, things like that. Like we asked him, BJ, do you want to try G League? Nope. And I was ultimately surprised. Okay. Why you don't want to go G League? His thing was, Daddy, I just left South Carolina. I'm not going to be doing no red roofs and all of that stuff right now. I can go overseas, get prepared, come back. Instead of doing this, I'm 6'9". They put them boys in little raggedy situations.
Smart.
Things like that. My body is everything. So if I'm going to look at a situation to put my body in everything, let's look at it. And those are the things that I say you have to navigate your path. Now, as a dad, I was shocked, but I was like, you know what, son?
Because you from a dad perspective, like you right below the lead, you right there.
You right there. One good situation, we there. But now he like, but then if I gotta ride this ride for however long, I'd rather be a good ride where I can go play to Europe, make decent money, more than I make in the G League,
tax free,
see the world, experience, and I still got a shot to come back.
That part.
Yeah.
So you play through that way. So it's more of now it's okay.
And you get pro experience.
Now I see your experience.
You get pro experience.
I see where you coming from with this. So okay, look, well, let's navigate that.
Yeah, like it's and I like because it's like you've gradually, I guess, like understood him as an adult and have leaned more into what his actual thoughts and decisions and perspective is. And I think that, like I said, with me and Wayne, we have we got 16-year-olds where like we're walking through that right now.
So they're going through there. In a sense, we're at the point where you made the decision to go to Oak Hill. We made the decision to stay. Yes. In a sense, because so we had the 4 or 5 stars leave.
We just showed 2 of them up.
So
that's why
we chose to stay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's one reason why I say, you know, I want to do these type tournaments because of the politics of basketball.
Yeah.
Like people don't know. I wanted to bring BJ back his senior year.
Back Charlotte, right?
Yeah, because he got hurt because
you want to
I felt like at that time up there, you know, they've gotten better with the medical stuff he needed.
Gotcha.
I would have gotten better at home. So
okay.
Then this is how the politics play in it. Now this guy ain't coaching no more, but we live in the Independence District.
Gotcha.
BJ has never, since the 6th grade, and they don't count elementary school in where you go. The rule is in North Carolina is if you're a senior, you can go anywhere you want to as long as you get there.
Yeah.
Right? So BJ would have been a senior.
Didn't know this.
You know that? Oh,
as long as you got
true.
transportation.
As long as you got transportation, you can go anywhere you want to the senior.
BJ came home.
Okay.
That would have been Cartier, Pat, and BJ on West Charlotte's team.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, that was some of the talk that was going on leading into that year.
Oh, you heard about it?
Yes.
Well, Team United.
Yes.
So I mean, you're around West Charlotte. You're going to hear things.
Yeah. What age was the boys during this time?
This would have been
their senior year, going into their senior year.
No, you're
talking about our boys. So y'all had left.
All right, so this
would have been like 3rd or 4th grade for us.
4th grade. Okay.
Because we went to the West Charlotte Oak Hill game. That was
I remember
2017.
I remember the boys taking pictures of that game. Yeah.
So we actually sat right behind the bench of Oak Hill and what was the school up in New Jersey that played?
Brewster.
No, it wasn't Brewster. It was Green School, St. Anthony's.
St. Anthony's.
St. Anthony's played. That's what Nick Richard was here. So Nick Rickard was on that team that came in and played, and they played Cox Mill that had Wendell, Leaky and
Black,
Chris Carrawell still on the team.
Yeah.
From Duke.
Yeah. So you like
talk about Duke guy.
Oh man. Yeah. So it's like, you know, BJ bringing him home. The coach was at Independence at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he went to the state. Me and this guy cannot stand each other. Ain't liked each other.
Is he still there now?
No, he's not there. I don't think anymore. We ain't liked each other since middle school.
Oh,
that's how deep this goes.
Oh, so this might be the coach I play for.
He went there.
Oh, you are independent. I'll be forgetting you independent.
This might be the coach I play for.
Light skinned fella?
Nah, I play with T Hugs.
No, it was after T.
T Hugs. My favorite. You good with T? Cause T Garrett. My fault. Yeah, you good with T?
I would have loved that one.
Yeah, you would love T Hugs. Okay, my bad. Okay.
He goes to the administration. Says that he's blocking BJ going to West Charlotte.
Transfer, yeah, because it's
not even really a transfer.
No,
because Independence is his home school.
Yeah.
He's never been registered in what you call Charlotte-Mecklenburg. Because since the 7th grade, he's went to
Charlotte Catholic is actually private school.
Charlotte Christian is actually private school.
Charlotte Christian is private school. Charlotte Catholic plays in the public school division.
Right. Just because they want to play in there.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother animal.
It's
like
I can't think of seeing that.
He told them that, and this was the conversation we had. BJ would not play for him, could not play for him because me and him didn't get along. But he was blocking BJ from going to West Charlotte because that was automatically giving them a state championship.
He was being a dick. Okay,
yes, straight up.
Can you think about it? They went to the final? They went to the final with Elite 8.
They went to the Final Four. They lost to the guys who
lost to Dayron Sharp in them. Lost to Dayron Sharp. So I was at the game. Matter of fact,
that would have been the match.
We was at the North Run for that game. You know what I mean? So
and I would have loved to see because that's where they got off because Pat had to guard him.
Yeah, and Pat really not technically a big.
You see what I'm saying? And that's where that game changed.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you who had a great game that game that didn't even play basketball past that was Devontae Walker, that plays for the Baltimore Ravens. He had a great game actually guarding Dayron Sharp that game, but he fouled out though. But
shout out to the football kid.
Imagine having BJ in the role that could have supported them even more.
Yeah, that would have freed Pat, Carton, all these guys up. So the politics of stuff that's going on around here, man. And that's what like I said, getting back to the tournament and everything. I want to build something that gets away from all of that, something that everybody can be involved with, everybody can benefit from, because the city of Palms and those guys have gotten so big that they've got gyms all over the city.
Yeah,
and then it funnels in. Like we've been in talks already with the city that after this year, because we had already planned it before we met with them, that we're looking at Bojangles.
Well, and also you talking about the new gym with the new facility they're building out in the Eastland Mall area.
Right. So
that's
we're
going to be a
looking
good
at,
option as well.
you know, possibly building up to the Bojangles, going to the Spectrum. I mean, we've got a multitude of other things coming in. Like one of the things we've got this summer that we've in the early plannings of it, and I'm just going to drop it. We're calling it a Rep Your Hood tournament.
Oh man.
Well, basically 3-on-3 basketball is huge now.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Here goes my vision since I've been involved with the streets, everything. I've got people on all sides.
Okay.
My vision is to go with the city throughout all of Charlotte Mecklenburg, partner with the city and Park and Rec.
I'm just picturing this in my head right now.
At LJ Park.
Oh, I'm picturing this in my head right now. I'm picturing Hidden Valley versus North Charlotte or Betas for a road.
This is the whole thing about it. With all of the violence that's going on with the youth. All of y'all say y'all want to rep something. Go get your guys together. Play.
Rep your hood.
This will be a place where the community comes together. We're going to partner with the city of Charlotte. We're going to partner with the police. CMPD, We're going to partner with all of the community activist groups. I don't care who you are. Here goes a plan for you to be able to come, talk to kids, have the kids there. You know, everybody around, everybody provides. We got CMP there. It's a peaceful thing. We've got the 8th grade.
But you're also providing a platform to build a bridge.
To build a bridge for community. You can talk about it. Now, the thing about getting with the Hornets, all of it plays up to it. I mean, not just it would ultimately culminate at Larry Johnson Park. Because that's where we get the most court.
And you know what? Outside. And that's where it used to be at. That's where everything in the city used to be at when it came to outside events. You would go to LJ.
To the L.
I mean, people forget that they got speakers wide up. There's lights out there. There should be a concession out there. Like you can pull up.
They literally have a concession.
They have everything that's really set up for
smaller courts for the younger kids.
Yep.
And so what we've done is I've talked to other
baby term on the logos.
I've talked to businesses. Yeah. Because you got business like Coca-Cola, who got ex-college players that have played, that can represent the companies to come out. Because what we want to do is to make it rep your hood. I want you to be able to play at your local rec center. You play up. So you play through there. I ain't gonna front.
I'm about to say that'll be the best way to do it is actually do it through the rec centers.
Each rec center presents
because I mean every for most part every neighborhood
has
one. You know what I mean? Like for Hidden Valley, Sugar Creek. For like Greenville, it's Ivory Baker. You got
they've already got the kids. They've got the people who will be involved. They've got the community liaisons. I mean, this is something, you know, me and Jayla have been talking about this for a while to put together, to get out there and bring the community together to do that. You know, get with the Hornets because they're talking about
get with our local artists. Like the big thing they do at Garringer with the baby coming over there doing stuff like that. Imagine his platform being able to kind of promote something like that.
My thing is to be able to build it up in that way that the police officers, you don't not all of them good on them back, but you have a way to sit here and
form relationships with the community.
With these guys. Sit there and do. Now the kids, you get a chance to play. For the older guys that play, you know, in my thing, this is still very competitive to me. I can play 3-on-3.
You can do an age group type of thing. Yeah,
that's what we're saying. All different age
like groups, the 50 and up league. 30, 40.
So you're saying the 50 and over group.
Listen, I'm getting close to that 40 and up. I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet.
All right, man,
I'm getting close.
I ain't
sitting on the sideline. I personally wouldn't mind smoke.
You playing 50 over?
Oh no.
You done playing?
I personally wouldn't mind smoke. I think that is a 40-year-old.
But I mean, seriously,
I'm getting close to being
you pulling up leagues like that, like you on this side of town playing in a league over here, and then you win. You go play against Sugar Creek.
Oh no,
we go play against it, and we're all one.
You play against South.
Oh no, I think that anybody that understands you like even like I come from the area where like you used to travel to go play at the hoops over at Sugar Creek.
Right.
Like I came up over.
It was certain destination spots.
Oh no, you had to go to Tuck.
Double Oaks Road.
You had to go to Tuck. You had to go to Southview. Or you had
Alma Road.
Yeah,
Alma Road.
It was a
North Charlotte to go play. You had to come to Hidden Valley.
And listen, like Saturdays you can be out at Two Faces.
Well,
and
I'm gonna take you back further than that. Now, this was back when my day when you knew you were a ball player.
Okay.
If you could go on Sundays and get on the court at Freedom Park.
I was about to say Freedom Park,
the ballers.
Okay.
Because there's only one court there.
It's one court, 2 rims.
2 rims. If you can't get on,
Yeah.
See you next Sunday, buddy.
That
meant something.
I mean,
you talking
I've seen
about
Xavier McDaniels, all kinds of pros pull up and get out to go play outside. Like a mural that I'm planning on doing on the side of the barbershop is I've got, like I said, I want to be able to, inside of my shop, it's got all the old legends on the walls, pictures hanging around. By the time it's over, I want to fill the whole wall.
Yeah.
With the next generation. So by the time your guys, your boys graduate, go to school, I want to have them up on the wall because that's what it's about for them to be able to come back. And like I told with BJ, he never got to see me play. Couldn't believe me play. But I want for that next dad to be able to walk in the barbershop. I told you your granddaddy could play, boy.
There you go right
Sitting here telling you all these stories. Now you can go back and sit in there and see, well, your granddaddy used to be something back in the day. You know, so now it kind of builds that because if you didn't get to see that generation or see your parent actually doing it, you know, going to the barbershop and ain't nothing but make a kid feel better when the guys walking there and they pat his dad, his uncle.
Oh no, I ain't going to front. I had that barbershop moment maybe a few months ago where I was sitting there and you know a couple of guys I went to school with came in the barbershop and literally like it was impromptu in a sense, you know what I mean? Wasn't nothing I had planned, nothing I would thought would have happened though, but some of my peers came in and you know acknowledged the fact that I was, you know,
you was like that.
I was like that, you know what I mean? It was funny for my son to kind of sit there and they were sitting there explaining to him. He was looking at me like, man, I seen you play, bro, but I ain't know you was like that. He was like, nah, bro, like, Pops, you know, like, man, got it.
Like the first time,
G's for a reason now, bro.
The first time we were playing, BJ really gave me the respect of it. You know, I grew up around Jeff, so he's seen Jeff his whole life. But we were in a tournament in Vegas, and we were playing against Kenyon Martin.
Okay.
Son.
Yeah, and KJ.
Kenyon came up and kind of put his hand behind me. And I'm like, who is this? And then we started laughing and joking. And my son was like, you know Kenyon Martin? Man, my whole life, bro. We've been playing ball. Bro, you know what I'm saying? We grew up AAU. Yeah. Now our kids are the same age, and we ran back into it. Just for a guy that I played AAU against way back then to remember and acknowledge. Well, your daddy used to be able to do
that's
it.
The beauty. That's the beauty of it right there, bro.
That there. Now your son look like a superhero. I look like a superhero in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't seen that man in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But just that right there, all of a sudden changed the whole narrative.
Oh no, your son started listening to you a whole lot more. He started. You know, nothing you say can be wrong at that time. In the sense, like,
so
hey, bro, you heard bro say it now.
Things like that. So I mean, that's what I want to get back to, because it used to be, you know, I was in that first generation of football games. You can't go up under the goalpost. You can't go on the other side. We used to go over there. We was the generation that stopped that, you know, from getting into stuff, doing that. But back then it was a community thing when every Friday somebody had a big game somewhere. Sure. You know what I'm saying? And Charlotte got away from that. And I mean, I know it's due to various things, environment going around, but
it's funny that Charlotte, I mean, like this generation doesn't know half of the real rivals that really actually were. Like they feel like that Vance's North Meck is like the biggest rival like ever in Charlotte. Like, no.
Garinger, West Charlotte.
Independence, West Charlotte.
Garinger, West Charlotte runs like Carolina do.
Yeah.
You got still people that graduated from the 50s that still can't stand the other schools like that. West Charlotte, they can't stand them. I mean, it's just, it runs that deep here, but that's the legacy of it, because that was the pride.
No, that was
the
people actually had school pride back then.
You know what I'm saying? Like my brother played at Garinger when they were, he was on that one state championship team they had. Played football. Garinger went to the state championship.
Football team,
That one football team. You know what I'm saying? But every night they were out there. Basketball. We were there. You know what I'm saying? Our slogan at Garinger, if it ain't rough, it ain't right.
That's some weird stuff.
If it ain't rough, it ain't right. You might win the game, but you're gonna lose the fight.
That's it.
I mean, back when we were there, Garinger was the only school we had a party every Friday night. I don't care if the soccer team played. We was in the
y'all
pit.
was turned. Yeah.
We was in the pit.
God, I mean, but that's back in the day when you had school pride.
You had school
you supported
pride,
everything
that was
went on
cool.
with your school. It was cool to literally come to the game with your school colors on, root for your school, in a sense, fight for your school.
Right.
That was the cool thing
that
to
was
do.
the
Like
thing.
now,
Was it.
these dudes, they go to other school games and root for other dudes.
Oh, you definitely see that. Like,
bro,
football or basketball, I'll be like,
football or basketball, like
this is a Chambers and Butler game. Why do I see Northside all in it?
We see
Hopewell over there.
I'm gonna give you an example of how Garinger and West Charlotte rivaled. It was split by one street, Cove Creek in Hampshire Hills.
Okay.
One side of Cove Creek went to West Charlotte, one side of Cove Creek went to Garinger.
Yep.
So you got a dude I grew up with my whole life, stayed right across the street. Go to
that's how it was in Hidden Valley.
Problems.
So Hidden Valley, it was actually 3 schools. If you stayed in this section, you went to Myers Park. You stayed in the middle section, you went to Independence. You stayed in the back section, you went to West Charlotte. West Charlotte. This is pre-Van. This is pre-Van. So you talking about middle school? You talking about AG? You talking about Northeast, and you talking about JT?
Yeah, because like what fed
or Ransom, you know what I mean? That feeds right into West Charlotte.
Yeah. And this is how bad it was. It was like feeding in the Garinger. You had Eastway Middle School and Cochran, who hated each other. But we both fed in the Garinger, and everybody hated West Charlotte.
Yeah.
So when we got the Garinger, it just fueled it.
It just fueled everything, yeah.
You know, so there's no more sense of pride of that because West Charlotte, North Charlotte, people will tell you, you're not going to find an area of Charlotte with more talent.
Yeah,
then right over and all up through there.
Yeah, North Charlotte was crazy. Crazy.
It was. Why do you think Independence won so many state championships? Knox was pulling kids from all up out of North Charlotte.
I ain't gonna lie, right? To be honest, though,
Knox may have been the best recruiter when it comes to anything, bro. Like
I'll say
football.
I'll say the best negotiator
and basketball.
I'll say the best negotiator. Well, I mean, Knox had connections with everybody.
But I will say this. I think that
I was there during that time, so I know. That was some of the best.
Everybody. Yeah, I mean,
he went a Dutch Fork Union right now. He running South Carolina down there too.
But I will say I think that right now I look at the university area as the same thing in Charlotte. When you think about North, Mallard, and Chambers, and you just like even if you take away Mallard Creek, think about the talent that just sits in.
A lot of those kids don't even live over there. There's so much kids coming in and out there. Half of those kids don't even live there.
Listen, all I'm saying is the schools that sit in the university area. You might be right. I agree. I think that I get what you're saying.
I still feel like the heart of the best athletes still come from like the North Charlottes. Still come from like
what's North Charlotte?
North Charlotte is
what is now NODA. What is now NODA?
Well, it's not as now is NODA.
We talking about Hawthorne Avenue, Pegram Street.
But right now, are we talking about like their parents came from there or they live there right now?
We talking about the parents came.
The parents came.
So that's but that's what I'm saying.
I
think those parents living inside university now.
That's the DNA. So you talking about like that's the DNA.
Listen, but now we getting to the same point.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, I think that NODA is the first generation group that kind of like made it out the hood, and now they're kind of like doing decent living, middle class homes, and I think that's where you get like university, where you have NODA, Mallard Creek, and Chambers, where they're primarily black, but it still has a little edge to the athlete.
I'll give you that because you got a lot of with Charlotte. Killing so much of the public housing.
Yeah.
University has the influx of apartments and rental properties.
And they also had the influx of mid-level living in a sense.
Yeah, and
it wasn't even that.
Like you see it concentrated there.
Like,
for sure.
Highland Creek. I'm telling you right now.
Highland Creek is different.
Highland Creek right now.
Highland Creek is different.
Highland Creek right now, I wouldn't get caught dead over there.
It ain't the same Highland Creek that it was back in the day.
15 years ago,
it was like Ballantyne.
That was Ballantyne.
That was Ballantyne and University.
Now Highland Creek, you over there, you got Section 8 people, you got trap boys in their house, you got that was not over there.
No, that was not the Highland Creek we knew of back in the day.
Years ago was the people that made it up. So now that you've got those people are either families died off, now you got all the things.
Or they had a good product. And they made some good money and learned how to manage it and manage
Blue magic.
Yeah. But the thing about it is now you got so much. When they kill down all the public housing, people had to go somewhere.
Oh no, this is the fact.
You talk about all the apartments that were being because the university was growing.
Yep.
So all of that area was growing. They were building. Then you had people.
It was affordable housing because it was by the university side.
You know what I'm saying? That were leaving the west side, going out there, doing that. So then it blew up. Yep. And then now it's turning in to what they call the worst side of Charlotte, where now they're taking the west side.
Oh no, I do think that university got about like a 7 more year run, and then it's gonna be what they call the hood.
Oh no, they there.
It's already
there.
I'm only here to give y'all grace.
Well, the sad part about it is,
y'all grace right now.
Anybody that really came from the hood, you can't really categorize university, but you
because there's too many houses.
But you see the elements of it. The symptoms.
You know what it feels like? It starts to feel like Hidden Valley. Hidden Valley is a lot. But see, but Hidden Valley is a lot of homes.
Yeah.
When you go in, you be like,
wasn't the whole Hidden Valley. It wasn't but a couple of streets on Hidden Valley.
Yeah,
that part.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, you got 3 zones. And that goes
zone
1, zone 2, and zone 3.
The original thing where ain't no gangs. It's certain groups that had it. But I mean, like right now, what's going on in the university and that's just a byproduct of them closing down all of the projects here. You got these parents who, okay, my grandma raising me. She has a voucher. She's staying somewhere. Now she's old, but she couldn't watch me on Badersford Road. She sure can't watch me in the university.
Yeah. I got more access over here to everything. Yeah.
At least over there, the lady down the street or the old dude at the store knew her.
Yeah.
And I had to somewhat watch myself because I don't worry about, by the time I get home, she didn't call my grandma and told, you see, down in the university,
ain't no more candy ladies.
Ain't no more of that. You know what I'm saying?
No more candy ladies.
So it's candy lady out there, but she ain't selling no bubble gum right now.
Yeah. I'm about to tell you, candy lady selling some candy.
Yeah, she's selling real candy.
But shout out to my great grandmother, Grandma Doug. Grandma Doug was the goddamn candy lady, the plug at Earl Village. She was there from the late 80s back to the early, to the 60s, 70s. You know what I mean? She was just known, if you know the candy lady is for y'all of our age, we talking about. I want to shout out
all the sodas.
You talking about the frozen Kool-Aid and the styrofoam cups. You talking about pickled eggs, pickled pig feet.
Well, you go carry
that jar up at the top.
Yeah, you go carry $2 in there and go into a diabetic coma.
You take $2 and they come out with a grocery bag full of everything. You got bubble gum, blow pops,
Milky Way was 75%.
All that, bro.
75 cents, man. Milky Way was like quarter.
About a quarter. You talking about
a quarter.
You talking about now they do $4 on Airheads. Back then you get about 10 for $1.
10 Airheads.
You talking about Airheads with 10 cents.
Like I said, man, back then you go into a diabetic coma.
I'm trying to tell you.
The candy lady house.
You got the Pepsi sticks. You got then go pouring into a bag.
Especially coming up on Fairview Homes and Arrows over there.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I used to love being the little people on the street.
Oh, wait, so you close to where I grew up at? So you know Kenny Street, right?
Oh, legend on Kenny Street.
So do you know Ms. Zeb?
Yeah.
That was my candy lady.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
There y'all go.
I lived one house over.
You remember Cat? The lady they call Cat?
I don't know. Listen, so
that's my
okay.
See, I had myself. So he knows my people that still over there. So they changed the name then, but it was like Bruton Drive. No, it's talking about Bruton Drive right there.
But it's a street right before you got to Fairview Homes.
And then
Double Oaks.
No, one more.
The Fab had the wall.
Fab had the wall.
It was behind the wall. There was one. Yeah,
so if you know what community outreach was,
right?
Like that.
So talking about Genesis Park.
What is that? Man,
they changed the name, so we know it is.
I know the lady.
It was something.
What's the lady? That was the street right there as you come over the wall. God.
Hey, but listen.
That was the heroin strip right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the heroin strip
because it was like Fairview Homes. You come over the wall. Then you had the street with the heroin. Then you go to Double Oaks. That was the safe street. Mm-hmm. Then you come to Kenny Street. That was the crack street. Then you had the bottom street, which was just the safe street.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my people came from Piedmont Courts. Mm-hmm. So we were in North Charlotte and everything like that. So that's all I know growing up was on Sundays you go to Auntie crib or you go to great grandma crib inside Piedmont Courts and everything over there. You hit the candy lady over there, chill. You know which streets to hit, what not to hit. because everybody know your peoples. You know what I mean? So if they know your peoples, you ain't mess with them.
You ain't gonna do that.
Nah,
and that's the thing about it is, I think getting it back to basketball, how things have changed. It used to be where, like, I've got a picture on my wall of Coach C.J. Johnson.
That's my dog.
Now, when Coach Johnson passed, that was a legend. If I can be half of what he was in this city, I'll be grateful.
Nah, he's a legend.
The kids.
Legend.
You know what I'm saying? Because there are plenty of people around here. Now, the people that know Coach Johnson that know him for girls basketball.
Nah, I know him
I'm talking about way back.
I'm talking about Charlotte Sonics.
I'm talking about
you playing rec ball. You get a letter from Coach Johnson to tell you to invite you to tryouts. Like this back in the day where you got invited to come get cut.
Yeah, like
for real. Like
one of the legends that we're honoring, Corey Baker.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
legend here. Me and Corey were at the Sonics practice, and to this day, me and Corey still do this because I was like, Corey, you about got me cut from AAU. Corey had a thing, him and his brother Adrian, do not take your eyes off of me. So these guys that we're talking about, Corey, if you go ask your dads and granddads, these are guys that 20, 30 years later are still legends.
Yeah.
Corey was known for being the ultimate point guard. He told him, do not take your eyes off me at all because you never know when I'm going to give you the ball. Well, me being me, I'm going out. I turn. Corey shot the ball down and hit me right in the back of the head.
That's back in the day when Coach
in the middle of practice. He called set. I walked over to Corey. I said, Corey, if I get cut, we fighting right outside. As soon as we walk outside. Now, we got back out there, and I'll tell you, because Coach CJ came back years and days. I was real springy.
Yeah.
Strong, but real springy.
Gotcha.
Came down late in practice, and Corey threw an alley-oop, and I caught it. And boom. And Coach was like, that's what kept you.
Where y'all at, JT?
We was at West Charlotte.
West Charlotte, okay.
We was at West Charlotte. But he said that's what kept you because Corey came back. And to this day, we laugh about it. When CJ, he was like, yeah, because I was getting ready to cut you.
Do you remember Coach Sockwell?
Yeah.
That was my guy. So Coach, so I had the dad, though. I had Ed Sockwell.
Oh,
I had the OG.
Yeah, you had it, man.
But he loved us, though, bro.
Yeah.
And CJ said it all the time. He was like, man, I don't know what about you little moon, but Coach Sockwell loved y'all, bro.
And that's why I come from a cloth of where, your mom them drop you off. They knew that
you good to go.
You good to go, though.
Yeah, you good.
If
this is back when parents didn't come to practice.
had to come tell me something about you, it was a problem, bro. No. Because I knew that man
was genuine.
Loved you enough.
It was genuine, bro.
That he knew how your mama was gonna act. So I ain't finna go tell her nothing if I know she gonna carry it to 1,000.
So man, if they couldn't handle it, they wouldn't go. I mean, man, if they got to the point they couldn't, that's the only time they told your parents. Most of the time, though, but it's back also when, as players, we had the ultimate respect for a coach. Like I can't picture in my mind me ever wanting to talk back to a coach.
Yeah.
At that, I'm talking about back in the day. We ain't talking about.
I'm gonna tell you what stopped that for us. Because back in the day, and a lot of it could stop now, is you got a lot of coaches now that can't play.
See, that's back in the day. Coaches be like, check up.
We had coaches get in there talking that mess.
Check up.
Matter of fact, check up.
Check up. Straight like that in the middle of practice.
In the middle of practice.
Stop.
Check up.
Check up.
And bust your hips right.
And then after that point, in front of your peers, you can't say nothing because you just got handed to.
You see what I'm saying? But you knew everything that they were doing, they would go to war for you. These guys didn't have no budgets. You talking about
AQ's paying a lot of everything out of their pocket, bro.
Coaches coming out, man. I mean, I've literally seen and been this coach. And there's a kid, I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want to put it about it, but we were young, had his brother. And this is one of the things I tell you that AAU has blessed my life, not only with my son, but just being able to help the other kids. Because, like, people know I walk into a gym, you just have to go, like, I walk in the gym with people right now, and you would think I'm a rock star because all the kids come up because everybody knows me. Because I'm like, if you are around me and my son, you're one of us. I'm gonna treat you the same way. I'm gonna give you the same love, respect, everything.
Yeah.
If I get on him, I'm gonna get on you if you're doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you know, we had a trip where we were taking the kids back to going to Disney World.
Yeah.
Well, one of the mothers, being typical AAU moms, but and I understand you got situations, you got families, you got stuff they got. The little brother wanted to go. He was a team, man.
Yeah, I already know.
Always at practice doing stuff. So, man, we get down there. We tell all the parents, give them money, and this is back when they used to tell them to pin the money on you. Man, we get down there. This boy got $20.
You're talking about for a whole week now.
For a whole week
at Disney World.
She didn't gave him $20
at Disney now
for 2 months. We get back now. Coach, me, we didn't pay all kinds of stuff, dog. I'm getting cussed out because every time I swipe this card, my wife. But I'm gonna tell you, we picked my wife up. We're coming back. We go drop them home. At the house. We go to the house. They drop them off. Little man run in. He telling the mama all them about it. We going back to get in the van. Dog, I about got tackled. He done ran in the house. The little one. Then ran in the house, ran back out, and about tackled. Thank you, coach. Thank you, coach. I never thought I'd ever get to see Mickey Mouse. And I mean, just to look down in that little boy's face right there, man.
Justified everything.
That, my wife looked at me and she said, I ain't even worried about it. She said that right there just made up.
It just paid that whole, it paid all that payment.
We'll work it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and now still to the day, man, that kid never played for me after that year. But I still see him and his little brother. And his little brother like, Coach Mac, man, you know, now I done took my kids to Disney World. And I took my kids because of what, you know, you did for us and all my kids. So it's like, you know, those little moments of going back and seeing the kids, man.
We don't realize sometimes when we take these kids out of town that this is the first time their parents are relinquishing their coverage of their kid to you.
Yeah, but to go to that point, even push it further, I think that especially coming from like neighborhoods that we from.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of kids that
don't get this,
haven't made it past that side of town. I remember like shout out to my mom. My mother, she had a drill team on the west side of Charlotte. I remember like her taking kids to Baltimore. It was the first time they left the city, stayed XYZ. And like you see that in those kids, and like I can only imagine taking kids to like Disney World or something like that, where like these kids that aren't not necessarily have the ability, accustomed, like these are completely out of this world experiences that we take for granted, especially where we're at.
No, my AAU coach did that. We was actually down in Orlando. It was 14U. We had finished, I want to say the third in the nation. We had lost to Indy Heat in the beating the Houston team in the third, fourth place game. Now we're in Orlando. Now we know there are no beaches in Orlando. So we're riding back, and literally one of the players had never seen the beach before. Been talking about like, we're in Florida, we're going to the beach. It's like, nah. So on the way back, our coach just literally took a detour to Daytona on the way back up to hit the beach. Like we literally, we
just giving that experience.
Where we at? Hey, we at the beach, y'all. When I say to see bro face, talking about one of the figureheads on our team. I mean, big brolic guy and everything like that. I mean, never seen that vulnerable moment with him. And to see that kid literally, well, at the time we all kids, but 14-year-old guy literally geek up about the beach, like something that my parents had took me to many of times. I'm like, yo, what's the beach? I mean, what's so different? Like, but the fact that he's seen and coach had did that for him, like it let me know. And like you were saying, man, these coaches back then, they literally financed a lot of these teams. Right. There was no organizational help. Like we literally did car washes. Right. We literally did the old school,
and that's
pull
where
up and boxes and buckets. Hey, you want to donate to our team? We're going to the Nationals. You want to drop it? You remember them days, Q?
You see that red. But see what I mean? Like, pulling it all back in. But that's why, like Coach Smith, legendary, because he took Oak Hill for most parts was a disciplinary school.
That's what I was about to say. That was like a boarding school.
It was a boarding
school back then.
It's still a boarding school.
Yeah.
But the basketball element of it gave the kids who need that the focus, the structure, the everything it is. So, when we're talking about all of these premier schools, and like we said, the transfers coming in and out, it's the nature of the beast, but everything is not for everybody. Like a lot of these kids that I see, I've heard about going to the IMGs. When they get to the colleges and it's totally different, now they mad.
They ain't ready for it.
Because I haven't been able to lay out on the beach. I've been able to chill. I've been able to do this.
I got a pool outside the daggone dorm room.
You see what I'm saying? I got a 100-inch screen. Now I come in here and you put me right next to the bathroom.
You gonna struggle
in the dorm right next to the bathroom that don't work.
Yeah, you on the
so it's like
everything.
And it's like this. So it's like, it's totally different. But I mean, it's for the parents, you want to get as educated as you can.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And sitting down with your family, with the kid, knowing the vision, and truly being able to accept where your kid is.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the hardest part.
Now you got to accept the fate.
That's going to be the hardest part now. And one thing we had a big debate in the barbershop about, and this is another thing why AAU people don't really like me, because I'll tell any parent, if your kid is on any circuit team, I don't care if it's Nike, Under Armour, Puma, whoever it is, it's so-called circuit team, he could be number 13 on the bench. If he ain't got a scholarship to a HBCU, what are you doing?
Facts.
Hey, listen, I'm an HBCU baby, so listen.
But my thing is,
I ain't a baby, I'm an adult. My son's HBCU
and I back that up to say this. Okay,
that's a great point to make.
You go around and say, I want my baby play on the EYBL. But your baby ain't got one scholarship. Every one of them coaches is to see player 1 through 8. Now that coach then sold you whatever dream about what he could do or what he couldn't do. Mm-hmm. If he ain't got the connections to get his number 13 man who's good enough to be on the Nike, Under Armour, Puma circuit. So what you telling me is your connections is only as good as the coaches that come here to see my kid. You ain't got no Rolodex that you can reach back in. You don't have a relationship. That's why I say the difference between old high school basketball was, because it was each school had a reputation of, when I come to Charlotte, I got to go by West Charlotte. I got to go by Garrett. Yeah. It's no more of that now. It's now I go by the AAU program. And the AAU program, like I say, a lot of them ain't gonna like me when I say that, but it's all about which kid we can control. Because now we got control over this kid and this kid, and if we get this kid in front of this coach, then he gonna do this on the back end, they gonna do this on the back end, I'll have a favor with this guy, I'll do it with this, they'll come see this, that. So everybody's jockeying for their thing, but really everybody's playing with the kid.
Well, and what's really, kind of the caveat to what you're saying is, like, it's about building relationships. And a lot of these programs, coaches, and everything like that have not personalized themselves to actually be able to make relationships with every level. It's not all about D1. Like, you gotta be able to go through your whole, like you say, your Rolodex. I gotta be able to call I gotta be able to place my kid where I know they can play. I gotta have JUCO. I need NAIA. I need D3, D2, D1. I need postgrad. I need all the relationships in the world to make sure I can
navigate it for because every coach, and this is what I tell parents.
Yeah,
he said he'd get your kid a scholarship.
He didn't say where.
He said well. He said I get your kid a scholarship.
Well, even for that, get your kid a free education.
Free education. So now you're talking about. That's between you and your son, and how hard he worked, how disciplined he is, and how lucky he is. Because we know a lot of kids that could be playing at Carolina and Duke that's playing at North Carolina Central. So, it's
no shade to Central.
No shade, but I'm just saying Central. And I say that, and my family is Central born and bred. My daughter
we still D1. That's all.
One of the guys I went to Central play with, Lavelle Moe.
I'm about to say Coach Moe doing his thing up there.
But the thing about it is, over the years, Central was respected because they knew you at that CI Carolina played them every year. Duke played them.
I'm about to say, you got to think about those games. You get the Carolina State or the Duke game at Central every year.
If I go play Central and A&T in a scrimmage, they going to bring everything they got, and these going to be the same guys that the only reason he ain't at Carolina is because in the 10th grade, he was over here and he wasn't straight.
That part.
And his grades and his GPA.
Or they clearinghouse ain't go through.
So
I got to transfer down.
And ain't no transfer up. So now I'm sitting here. I got to sit out, type of situation. But like I tell these coaches now, and I tell a parent, bring that kid down. If your coach can't tell you, one of the things we're doing with the tournament, we're giving HBCU coaches free streaming.
That's dope.
Because we want to be able to invite them in. You see what I'm saying? To where they can watch this type talent. Because if you're on a circuit, number 13 man, last dude on the bench. If my boys is big time D1, Dukes, Carolinas, wherever, and I'm going against them every day, I can go play at Central. I can go play at the MEAC. I can go play D2. I should be able to star down there. Because every day I'm battling with these boys on the upper level.
Well, like high D1.
But also on that too, though, to actually make that team as 13, I had to be a dope dude on my high school team, or my area. You know what I mean?
So I'm a dog.
So I'm not no slouch now.
And it makes it that we clarify. So like Central A&T, like MEAC is D1.
Right.
So and A&T has actually moved up. I think A&T's in the Big South now.
I say HBCUs. When I say all of, I'm saying they should be able to have the connections to reach down. If your kid, especially in this area of high school basketball, where
it's so many.
I'm so glad my son is done. Now, because of the money, I wish he would have been 2 years later. But because of the mess with it, because you think about it, you got a high schooler. You got guys that are coming in that are so-called 5 stars right now. You're coming in, and coach's job depends on a freshman. I had a bad year, so-so year last year. I'm in a contract year.
Yeah.
I come in here, and you want me to put my wife, my family, my everything on a freshman.
Hell no.
On a dude straight out of heaven. So if I put it on you, I got to go home and tell my 13-year-old daughter that we got to move. No, bro. I'm finna get this senior.
I'm about to get this
junior,
24-year-old,
battle tested,
ready to go.
You see what I'm saying? That's ready to go. So you got to fight.
He got 2 kids of damn self, so he already know what's up.
He got to go. He was the one that transferred up to get this man because down there at the HBCU, head coach, I had a little situation. I had a baby. I need to move on up to take care of this. He got a ball out. He got a situation. He got something on the line. I done already had to move 3 times. My wife finna divorce me if I leave this job. You see what I'm saying? I mean, these coaches are encouraged.
Hey, look, my coaching dream may be over with by now.
Right. I mean, you got some guys that, one wrong player, I'm done.
For sure.
Nah, I dig it. So Mac, one, we appreciate you coming to the platform. Sharing all these stories. You've given us more than ample enough stories, more than ample enough clips.
For sure.
A lot of the understanding and feedback from like your POV as a dad, your POV as a dad from like raising a pro, navigating the wild west of AAU early on and like it connects to it, to like his journey through recruitment. And where you're at now, where you're putting on the biggest tournament that's going to come to Charlotte, that's going to grow into the biggest tournament, the next version of the Geico Nationals. So what do you want to leave us with as we kind of wind down the show?
I want to leave people with this, that basketball in Charlotte's changing. So let's be a part of the change, not what's holding on. Don't let the past hold us from deciding our future. We've got a lot of great talent that's right here in the Charlotte metro area. If we love basketball and we love the kids the way we say we do, let's put all of this to the side. Let's the powers that be come to the table and let's do something for the city. You see what I'm saying? Because we shouldn't have to be the hoop state. The biggest city in the hoop state where everybody comes and we go out, everybody want to beat up on teams out of Charlotte. I don't care if you're on the D3 level. You go to Rock Hill, they want to beat up because you're from Charlotte.
For sure.
Everybody here. So if we can get the people together and get this vision going, we can be that catalyst for what goes. And that's what we're trying to do here. You know, like I said, we want to honor the legends that come in here, the true talent, while honoring the next generation, boys and girls. But we also want it to be profitable for the city, for the community. You know what I'm saying? Have some impact on the next generation. Give them some new creative ideas for businesses. To be able to join in, like local business. Like I said, my barbershop. So, you know, these guys go to the little mom and pop burger places everywhere. We want to give that business an example of what to do to be able to support it. So really, we just want to be that vehicle that basketball is here. Like I said in the beginning, I want to be that old dude that's sitting in the barbershop. Y'all seen Said from Barbershop too. I want to be that old dude that's sitting in the barbershop. Boy, I remember when that boy couldn't even dribble. You see what I'm saying? Now he going off to college. You know, he bringing his son back here. His son is now playing. Talking about this is the guy who helped me get started. So
that big Mac right there. That big Mac right there. He cut my hair when I was here.
Being that guy.
He gave me a low regular.
Like I said, that was the one. He got you in and out on that. But it's like, you know, to be able to sit back at the games, Hornets games, 10, 15 years from now with my grandkids. And that guy that's running down the court.
For whatever team may be.
For whatever team it may be. What's up, Mr. Mac? What's up, Coach Mac? You know what I'm saying? So like I said, right then and there, I'm a rock star to my grandkids. How you know that dude? You know what I'm saying? How he gonna go his? So it's all through that. It's just being able to lay that down, man, and just laying the groundwork to show people that it ain't always got to be about the money. Money's gonna come. All right, I'm a true believer in what Deion said. If you do it, the money's gonna come.
If you do it, you do it right.
You do it right for the true reason, for the love of it,
for the love of the game and the love of the kids, man.
And you know, and that's what it's all about. So I think, you know, with this tournament, with the showcase coming up, it'll be a prime example for us to honor a legendary coach and Coach Smith that everybody knows about. Honor the legendary guys from here that from born and raised in the Charlotte area that have went on and played at the legendary school that everybody wants to play and went on to do various things in the pros, overseas, and all of that, just to be able to show the kids of examples again that you can do this from right here. You can do this from right here in your backyard.
And you being here is like the starter of what we're really trying to do to build into that event as well. You know, we're working on getting some of the other local Oak Hill transfers from Charlotte to Oak Hill. You know what I mean? I've spoken with a few guys, want to get like KC Rivers on here from a different perspective. You know what I mean? We miss BJ, bro. Say travels over to Japan and everything, but you know, reaching out to like even the Sendarius or even the Jeff McGinnis from a early 90s, late 80s perspective as well. But we really want to kind of really build into this event and kind of help uplift it for what you're trying to do, what y'all trying to do for the city. I mean, the attention y'all trying to bring to like the biggest city in the hoop state. You know what I mean? This is our city, bro.
And if we can't put on, should nobody else be able to come on here? It shouldn't be.
We should be having outsiders come in and do
putting bigger events on in our city.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the thing about it. You know, Oak Hill is going through the transformation just like everybody else. Charlotte has always been a place for them to be able to know that they can come get homegrown talent from here. So, you know, that was what Coach Smith's vision was that he laid out. I want to be able to do something, you know, for my guys. Because when he had his retirement party, he actually had it here.
I remember that.
You know, so I want to do something for my guys, be able to do something for them at home, acknowledge them, you know, and be able to do something with the city to grow it all and to be able to really show people and give people a real glimpse at what true essence of basketball. Like you said, you have your IMGs, you have all of that, but to me, all of that's gonna come. For me, Oak Hill was it, bare bones. If I can go survive in there, I can always survive with the glitz and glamour.
Gotcha.
You know, like, you know, Oak Hill is still 6 minute mile. Up and down a hill. You're still doing 6 minute mile. Oak Hill is that place to where if you are that guy that at 3 o'clock in the morning, I want to get up and go in the gym.
He's right there.
Right there.
And you got a coach with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's there. If you're that kind of dedicated, you know, very small classrooms, 8 kids, 10 kids to a classroom. So you get the individual attention that you need if it's on that side.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why it helps certain kids from, you know, like I tell BJ, like I said, it was a disciplinary school, but BJ was an honor kid.
Yeah.
At Charlotte Christian, one of the most strenuous schools here. He was an honor. So I sent him up there, but I sent him there to learn how to travel.
Yeah.
To be around animals. If I want to create, if I got a real pit bull, I got to put him around some other pit bulls.
That part.
And, you know, putting your kid in that environment. So, you know, my advice to parents that are looking at transferring up, transferring out, it's all got to fit. And nobody's going to be able to give you the blueprint to that, because it's got to be individual to that kid. You know, one of the main things that me and the coaching staff talked about, you know, with LJ and all these kids coming to Oak Hill, somebody leaves off the hill every year.
Message.
Somebody leaves off the hill every year for one reason or for another. You know, and especially in today's times, there's certain times of day there's no cell reception.
Yeah.
You're talking about actually you can't have your phones.
There's a landline.
No, you can't have your phones.
Oh yeah.
At Oak Hill, you can't have your phones during school.
Oh yeah.
Only time they get their phones when they travel. So in case anything happens, but you know, being in that environment where I'm used to social media, doing this, Oak Hill, I still call it the gun line. One side, gun line boss. It's a line through the middle of the campus. Boys on one side, girls on the other. You can't cross that line. So it's certain things, the discipline that it gives you to, okay, now I've been in this situation where I've been around girls. I ain't going over there. I already got that blocked in my mind. I can't do that. I can't go over no matter what's going on over there. I can't, or that derails everything. So now you already got that block about dealing with women. So now I go into college, I've already got that block. It's easy for me to implement that in my life. So it puts a lot of things in place that's not for everybody. You get certain kids that it is for, and it helps them make that jump. That's why you see so many kids from there are successful at college, because a lot of the nuances that you can't get at your public schools, you get there.
I dig it. So what's the date one more time?
November the 20th and 21st. We got two locations.
West Mac.
We got first Thursdays at West Mac. We're using both gyms. You know, y'all come out, support, because all of the concession proceeds go to help West Mac's athletic fund. And then on Friday, the games we have are Rocky River Boys versus Garinger Boys and Oak Hill versus Ambassador. But that game is at Rocky River High School.
Rocky River, okay.
High school. So
that's Friday, right?
That's Friday.
It's Friday.
So like I said, $20 per night. You know, you can go on Thursday night.
Parents, y'all pay that at these AAU tournaments anyway.
But you're getting a good quality of games, though. You're getting elite games.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, you go pay $10 for one game. If you go in gym one, you got two level games there. Then I can do that same $20, walk into gym two. Now, if it's any seats in there, it is what it is. But you actually be able to have access to 4 high-level basketball games for that $20 on Thursday. You can't beat that.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, you know, overall for $40, I get access to 6 of the best games that are coming around.
Yeah.
You know, all high-level action, whether it's the boys, the girls, and that's something that we really wanted to do that's unique, is in the same tournament, the same arena, having girls playing with boys.
And we ready for it.
You know, so that, you know, with girls basketball being popular now and growing, you know, we want to build that on. We want to build it to where, like I said, when we're having this battle for the crown next year, instead of it being a showcase, we're going to actually make it into a tournament to where we're crowning a actual champion every year and having that there. And we want to be able to have the girls and the boys side by side in the same gyms on the same court. Yeah. You know, I don't want to just stick the girls.
Games,
I mean, even all the way up, I don't want to stick the girls in gym 2 and then all the girl fans over there. No, I want girls playing on the main court here, boys there. We're playing on both courts. So basically, if I want to see Oak Hill, I got to get there early. I got to come support them girls.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that builds people coming out now. Yeah. I may not have any interest in it, but now I see the next girl that's going out. Yeah. Or if I'm getting there and I've got these high level games, we're going to schedule them out to give people a chance to where we got to decide. You got to sit. And once you sit there, you'll decide you'll get to see. Good mix of, suburban people, good mix of inner city. So it should be fan base is strong for most of all of the schools, Davidson Day,
for sure.
Ambassador with all of them, coming up, they should have
for sure
definitely
Moravian travels very well.
They do
very well.
And then, Rocky River, and then just a personal matchup with the girls and being excited. So we're expecting a good turnout, man. When you want to break the tour, we bring it to everybody to experience.
Sure. I like it. All right. So again, y'all heard it. Make sure that y'all get y'all tickets. They're available on Eventbrite right now. Nonetheless, we have Big Mac in the building. Again, Dad, Barber, House of Hoops. Say the barbershop one more time.
It's the House of Hoops Barbershop. We're at 2504 Little Rock Road. Everybody say, if you go by West Mac, by Hot Fiend, the Chinese restaurant. We're
right there beside that.
Right there next to the Chinese restaurant and the Subway.
Easy.
Right across from the Rite Aid.
With that said, this has been Open Gym, and this has been an amazing, informative episode.
Really good. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for having us here and giving us this platform, man. And we look forward to y'all having it. I want to see how this is going to go live at a game.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be dope.
This is the first that is there. And plus, we got some more little tidbits that we'll save on for other episodes when we bring up when y'all interview the other guys. Because we're gonna try to pitch rival podcasts. Y'all on one side, another podcast on the other side. So even though the people maybe come from all over the world watching in, you'll get a whole different perspective
for sure
of what the game is.
Sure. Yeah, but listen, we competitive. I'm gonna just let you know there's only gonna be one great.
That's why I came here first. That's why I came here first.
The Open Gym podcast.
That's why I came here first.
Listen. We when the balls and the whistle start squeaking, it get competitive.
Hey man, you got to start
at home over there.
You got to start at home.
It might start.
You got to start at home.
We gonna be over here. Yeah,
I mean, this is gonna be. This is going to be something. I mean, for the kids to be able to come out and interact with it, they've seen the podcast, be able to come and see some of the inner workings at it. And like I said, being able to interview the guys from Oak Hill, being there, being excitement of the game, being able to just show a different aspect of everything. I think it's going to be new and exciting. I think it's going to be a good chapter of what the city's going to do, man. I thank y'all for being a part of it.
No, we appreciate
you inviting us, man, and want us to be a part of it, bro. Like, it means a lot to us, to the platform we're trying to build and the artists we're trying to reach, that it gives a whole nother avenue to even reach those people, reach that audience. So we're thankful as well, man. We just appreciate you coming on and just, bless us with your presence, bro.
Yes, sir.
Man, we appreciate it. And I want to say to any potential sponsors, please reach out to them because we have a whole game that we have to fill.
Yes, sir.
So there's going to be a lot of halftime stuff. We got a lot of different unique stuff coming out. So any sponsors that want to come in, reach out to them. They got ad space and everything to put in. It'll be a great platform to get your brand in front of 2,000-3,000 kids, social media, everything. So I think,
and I'll say we'll definitely be streaming the game as well. I feel it'd almost be perfect to add like a podcast broadcast version to what's happening where as we're talking about and we're bringing in these people, they can also see the action that's happening on the floor. And I think that would be really fire. With that said, from coaches to casuals, grassroots to the league, this is Open Gym. I'm Coach Q.
I'm Coach Way Too Nice, Coach Wayne.
Special guest,
Big Mac.
Appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Yes,
it's been a great opportunity, man. I look forward to seeing y'all November 20th to 21st.
Yes, sir.
Let's change the way the city do things, man.
Yes, sir. Out. And with that said, we out. Peace,
man.
Shout out to our engineer figuring it out.